just starting kind of clunky.
There we go. Now, now I can say that we're actually live. Oh, good afternoon. See, usually I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, but it's already afternoon here on the California West Coast. But we're also streaming live around the world, and like literally around the world. We have people in India, we have people in Japan, we have people in Norway, people in Canada. Do we have any Canadians here today?
Yes.
Yes? Canada's here. Canada's in the house.
Hey.
So this is a fabulous day. I'm David Dorian Ross, founder of the Virtual Pipe Club, but I am a small cog in the giant wheel that is the rest of the Pipe Club, and here is some of them right here. Say hello, Pipe Club.
Hello.
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 Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Because that's the deal. Today is our 1-year anniversary.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And we got all kinds of really groovy things planned today. So by the way, gentlemen, I know that that you guys have heard me yap along plenty, but I think there are some additional people watching us over there on YouTube and Facebook, and I want to make sure that I chat with them too. So, we have special guests today. We have some things that Oliver and I have planned that involve all the guys here because I don't want to be the one yakking all day today. And we have two special guests today. We're going to take a tour of one of the online tobacco stores and see what's in their back rooms and offices. And of course, what was the other thing? Oliver, what was the other thing? There was one more thing we were going to do today.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a raffle. I don't know.
Oh, a raffle. Oh, yeah. $3,000 or $4,000 worth of pipes we're going to give away today. So, yeah, that thing. So, so it's an exciting day today. I want to just start off by saying thank you to everybody. Thank you to all the fellas here in the Zoom room in the Pipe Club. Everybody who's, following us on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot. I want to just start by giving you this briefest of backgrounds, and some of you have heard me tell this story before, that I started the Virtual Pipe Club a year ago with the notion, that I didn't know anybody nearby me that was a pipe club type of situation where I could go and I could meet other people who smoked pipes and sit around and, find out more about pipe smoking. And B, that I thought that pipe culture in different countries might be different than pipe culture in America. And so the idea of reaching out to people in Europe and in Asia, Canada, South America, and finding out how they smoke pipes to see if it was the same or different or whatever. So that's how it all came about. And I literally thought there'd be like 6 of us. Like that was my whole vision, that it would just be a handful of people who came together. And for the first half a dozen meetings or so, it was just, I think the first meeting we had, there were 3 of us. And then it grew a little bit bigger. Wow. Then there was, 4 of us. And then all of a sudden it's like,
then it became dozens.
Yeah, it just exploded. Now, Oliver, how many people do we have?
2,200 and some.
Wow. Right.
That's more than 4. That's more than 4 people. So, and 91 countries that we represent.
Yeah.
So it's really extraordinary, and I just want to say thank you guys every week. This is the best day of the week for me, that I get to hang out with you. We're gonna kick it off. I think I'd like to maybe just punt the ball over to my buddy Oliver, who can start off, talking about, and I'd like to have maybe a few of us chat about this. Like, why did you join the club in the first place? Have you had fun while you've been here? What experiences that you might want to share with people? And, that kind of thing. I know it's a little bit schmoopy, but I'm just that kind of guy.
Really?
I am. I know. Like you guys didn't know that. So, Oliver, take it away.
Yeah. So let me start with my little story. So I saw David pretty much 10 or 11 months ago on YouTube, and I was fascinating because of his kindness and how he managed all the stuff on YouTube. And I asked him, I say, hey, where's this virtual pipe club? And he said, hey, go on our Facebook page. So, and I'm not a Facebook lover, and this was pretty much a challenge for me to go on Facebook and do something. So I found the club, and what I saw was impressive, and I liked it a lot. So, and after a couple of weeks, I would say, I asked David, I say, hey, you are growing, so maybe you need some help. And he said, yes, of course, I need help. So here I am. He makes me to a moderator for a couple of days, and then I was trying to fix something in the background, like we have to go with a club to private, and we have to make sure that not everybody can join. So especially in the time this year, so we have so many criminals on Facebook and on the internet, and it makes no sense to have these guys also in our club. So I changed a little bit, and then we were pretty much ready to go. And I can say this is the only club I joined, and this is the only club I managed, and I love it every day. I spend a lot of time for you guys, and this is what I said all the time. It's not my club, it's not David's club, it's our club. And without you, all of you, it would not happen. And this is fun. It's friendship. It's a kind of family. I love it a lot.
Okay.
So, and also the meeting every week is it's perfect. And I saw, I heard some comments from other people. They are joining other clubs, and they say, hey, they are trying to copy your club. This is awesome. So we did something right, I would say. So, and this is pretty much my story. So I'm 10 or 11 months in this club, and hopefully a long time longer. That's very nice. So, but this is my little story. So maybe someone of you have another story. I would ask, let's see. Peter Grit is in the house. What's your story? Why you are in the club, and what you like?
Hello.
And hello.
Everyone. Greetings and congratulations on a year of successful pipe meetings. I saw a notification from the Great Northern Pipe Club, which is a Minnesota, Wisconsin group. And I was an active member, and I kind of got out of it. And I saw this post from the Great Northern Pipe Club, and it mentioned this virtual pipe club. I'm like, man, that's right up my alley. I can just sit on my butt and stay home, and I can drink beer without worrying about driving, and all this stuff. And it's great with COVID, especially, and whatever. So I think I was in April, maybe a month later.
You're not reading.
But there were about 12 people in the group then, maybe, that were actually on the Zoom.
Either you're
So
telling me the
it was very
truth or
small,
you're
and
lying.
it was really fun, and I look forward to it every Saturday.
Well,
So
then
thank you
were.
so much, everyone involved. It's been great experience.
Very cool. Tim Heineck, what is your story?
Well, my story is I discovered you guys on Facebook, and I thought, well, this would be a really neat thing to kind of give it a try. And since the first meeting, I've been here every single Saturday. I want to thank Oliver and DDR for all the work they've done to put this together, and I want to thank all you great guys for being here every week, and making this a fabulous experience. David says this is the favorite part of his week. This is like one of the favorite parts of my week. I look forward to this so much. I've made some friends. I feel like I'm more connected with the pipe community, and it's just fantastic. I'm so pleased to have participated in that interview from the Breyer Report to say, to help people understand what this is all about and how wonderful it is. So thank you again. Happy anniversary to everybody. I think everybody here puts in it, really makes this what it is. So thank you so much.
Thank you. That sounds great. So Aaron from Japan. It's early, I know. So what is your story?
Ohayou gozaimasu from Tokyo. Actually, we're out in Chiba this morning. I was, I think on a forum, it was a Pipe Restorers forum, and I saw DDR's post about the virtual pipe club, and I thought, wow, this is interesting. Like, it was kind of lots of isolation in Japan at the time. We're still kind of on lockdown and the like, but I think I probably joined either the second or third meeting. 4 a.m. in Tokyo, it was kind of hard with a baby in the house. I got in trouble numerous times waking up the baby. But so I often have to watch the video after when it's a normal time of day. But I've just been so impressed with the amazing guests that we've had this year. Big shout out to ER and Oliver for all of them.
No, Mom, I didn't punch him. I elbowed him in the ribs. He could have killed you. What were you thinking, taking a chance like that?
You again.
And I guess that's how I love smoking my club pipe.
That's true.
The
God, I'm just so glad you two are okay.
Me too.
Just wait a sec.
Our signs on my clothes. I gotta go help Ben find Sierra.
So this is that moment in television and radio called dead air, when everything stops and people are like, what happened? So I'm running around the Zoom room trying to turn off everybody's microphone, and
David, you're mute.
I'm muted. Well, of course I am, because things shouldn't go smoothly. I was saying, I was running around the Zoom room trying to put everybody on mute, so that your ambient noises don't take over the screen and sort of leak into people's comments and whatnot. And then I can't find anybody who's not on mute, but we still have sound coming in. So I don't know where that's coming from. So let me ask you this favor, ladies and gentlemen, put your microphones on mute, and then you can put them back on as soon as you want to say something. But if you wouldn't mind doing me that favor, that would be awesome.
So
I'm going to go back to Oliver.
Yeah, I would like to give the ball back to Aaron. So maybe the story was not to end, right? I'm sorry.
No problem. I'm not sure where it got cut out in the like, but just enjoying a bowl of Rustica this morning and looking forward to talking to Per. I've got my tobacco set out in the H here. We've got Rustica, Old Dark Fired, some Burley Flake, and the Virginia Flake, all HH series this morning. Really looking forward to it. Got a special like yours Jensen pipe that I'd like to ask Per about later because it has a different stamp on it than normal. So we'll see if I have time or not. So I'll shut up. But happy anniversary!
Thank you.
Thanks.
So I would give the ball to Phil from Scotland.
Good evening, everyone. How are we all? It's about, 8:15 here in the evening in Scotland. I've got my virtual pipe club pipe filled with Bagpiper's Dream, you'll be surprised to hear. Rattry's Blend. Yeah, my experience, I think my first meeting was last April. Having started smoking a pipe in the March So I'm fairly new to pipe smoking. And this community has just been fantastic and has accelerated my learning of all things to do with pipe smoking, tobacco, and so on. An incredible rate, and it's been enjoyable as well. So that's been my experience over the last year or so.
Right, sounds good. Aaron from Hawaii.
Hold on, one moment.
I'm sorry.
Because I think this is a great time to do this. Phil is my long lost cousin from Scotland, because that's where my one side of my family is from. And from time to time, he reminds me of that still small ancestral voice in my soul by sharing some poetry from the great bards of Scotland, Scottish literature. And he reached out and asked if he could share one today. And I think absolutely. And Phil, you wanna take it away?
Yeah, sure. Aye, certainly, DDR. I was having a wee think through the week there, and I think it would be remiss of us to have our meeting, our first anniversary meeting, without a toast. A toast to the Virtual Pipe Club. So I would ask you all, first of all, if you have some kind of beverage close by. For me, it's Ardbeg 10-year-old. But whether you have a beer there or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, just have it to your hand, because I'm going to propose a toast. And I'm going to propose a toast through the words of Scotland's bard, Robert Burns. And it's a toast to the Virtual Pipe Club, established a year ago by DDR, and with the help and support of others. We find ourselves where we are today with over 2,000 members from over 90 countries, which is just incredible. And I can tell you that we're all thankful for it. Now, the words I've chosen are from the last stanza of one of the last songs that was penned by Burns before his death in 1796. And it's a song called A Man's Man for All That. And it's a poem that examines the universal, or the idea of a universal brotherhood of man, mankind, the fairer sex included, of course. And it talks about man's integrity and honesty and hope for the future. But I'll only read the last stanza for you, because for me, it sums up what I think the unwritten ethos of this great Virtual Pipe Club is all about, and the character that shines through from it. So the last stanza of A Man's a Man for All That goes something like this. Then let us pray that come it may, as come it will for all that sense and worth o'er all the earth shall bear degree and all that. For all that and all that, it's coming yet for all that man to man the world o'er shall brothers be for all that. So I'd ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to raise your glass with me as I propose a toast to the Virtual Pipe Club.
Slanje.
Slanje.
Slanjaba. Slanjaba.
Slanjava.
Salud.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Slanjavara.
Beautiful indeed.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Phil. Very nice.
Yeah, Phil, my heart is beating in my chest and my dog is barking. So I'm going to send it back to Oliver.
Okay, so Aaron from Hawaii, you have a story for us?
Yeah, hi. Aloha. I'm actually not in Hawaii. I'm traveling today. And it's it's actually good because it's afforded me the opportunity to be a part of the meeting. In Hawaii, the meeting is right in breakfast time for the girls. And I always make breakfast for the kids on the weekend. So it's hard for me to get attached to the club. So I watch the videos after the fact. But yeah, I live in a small town in Maui, Haiku. It's in the news right now because we've gotten so much rain. Half our town was evacuated because of the flooding. So I'm staying dry, but my family isn't. But for me, finding pipe smokers in Maui is really hard. We don't even have there's no pipe tobacco store anywhere nearby. So I was going online to have my questions answered, and I came across this pipe club and joined it. And I love chatting with you, Oliver, and the messenger. And you've actually given me some great tips on equipment. So I really appreciate you guys, and it helps me feel like I'm still a part of the group, even though I'm so removed. Cheers.
Thank you so much. Jürgen from Germany. So.
Good evening, good afternoon, good noon, wherever you are, good morning. My story for the Virtual Pipe Club begins with some YouTube videos. It was the streams on YouTube with Per Jensen. Maybe you know him. And with Tom Elpang. By the way, I got my Elpang this week. And I find it very interesting to get these high-grade guests in for a meeting. So I went over to Facebook and I become a member. And for the people who don't know this, I am Oliver's little helper on the Facebook page. So I'm a little bit involved in that, and I'm happy to help everyone. If you have any questions, any problems, you can also speak to me. And it's always a pleasure for me to help you. And I'm also curious to learn something from you. And I like to join the meetings because we have access to so much knowledge. You can get it anywhere else. I like that. It's for me a very interesting and great thing to be a part of the Virtual Pipe Club. So thank you, David Dorian, for starting this. Oliver, we talk. And have a nice evening and enjoy it. So that's my story.
Thank you very much, Jürgen, and thank you for all your help in the background. It's I really appreciate it. So let's let's go to India. Ramachandran, what's going on? What's your story? You're on mute.
Yeah, first of all, it's a very good morning from India to everybody. I mean, to me, you know, it's a great honor to be among all the pipe enthusiasts all over the world. I mean, piping in India has still not picked up the way it's there in the West. And I have been one of the persons to, you know, promote this good old charm of the good old days to begin the thing in India. I started a WhatsApp group in India, and we have come a long way since then. And during my tour of YQ YouTube walk, I found about David Dorian, and I got in touch with him, and I know I was told to get in touch with this community. And since then, I've been having a fabulous time with all the pipe enthusiasts from all over the world. It's great to be connected with everyone. And today, you know, I've got a huge collection of pipes and tobaccos. And thanks to everybody here to be, I mean, so supportive and so helpful to this endeavor. Great.
Thank you very much, Ramachandran. Stephen, what's going on there?
Well, kind of like David, I don't have anybody to smoke a pipe with. And I was watching a lot of stuff on YouTube and came across the Virtual Pipe Club, and I thought, wow, this would be great. I could actually, you know, smoke and see other guys smoking and talk about the pipes and what we smoke and how we smoke it. And I was thinking the other day that we're represented by 91 different countries, and how we all get along so well. I think I know how we can solve the world's problems. We need to get the rest of the world to start smoking a pipe.
Excellent idea.
I think there's a Einstein quote about that, isn't there? That is the solution to the world's problems.
It might have been, but it's funny because Monday, Wednesday, Friday, my golf days used to be my best days of the week. And David and Oliver and all the guys here, you've turned Saturday into my best day of the week, for sure.
Awesome.
Very cool.
I'm pleased beyond words that you guys have had as much fun as I have in this last year. I want to introduce our first special guest, but a little later on in the meeting today. By the way, for those of you who didn't know or are watching over there on YouTube, Facebook, or maybe watching this in the future, as a bunch of guys have talked about, today is an extra long meeting, event, gathering. We've got so much that we wanted to have fun with that we stuck an extra hour in there. But the whole ethos of the meeting is come when you can, leave when you want to. You can leave and come back, like that's fine too. But we are going until 3 p.m. West Coast time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern, and dark 30 in Europe. But we have a special guest to start us off today, and he is a returning guest. And I'm just really pleased. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to have him here. And I may have told the story the last time he was here, but my first interaction with him at all, even before he became a guest on the Pipe Club, was I did a video review of I can't even remember. Of H.H. Rustica. And he wrote a comment on my YouTube channel about the video. And I was like, a celebrity has, like Oprah just said hello, something like that. So that was really thrilling. And I think it speaks to his character, that he is a man of the people, as well as being a real leader in the whole industry of pipe tobacco. And so it is my very, very, very great pleasure to introduce Per Jensen and the general manager of MacBaron. And if I could just find his picture on my screen here. Per, wave your hand.
I have unmuted myself.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, well then, so no problem.
Well then, I'm going to kick it off with a small question. And that is, what's been going on in the last several months in 2020 since we saw you last?
Well, what hasn't been turning around here? First of all, I would like to say thank you for the invitation. And I can only appreciate the great work you are doing collecting pipe smokers from around the world. And especially, I was very pleased to hear that all the world's problems would go away if we just started smoking pipe. I couldn't agree more. I call pipe smoking, that is also psychological first aid. You have Band-Aids, you have doctors for the hardcore, but for your soul and your thoughts, you need a pipe. So let me get back to your questions. Well, I have been in working from home since the middle of December. And when you don't miss that many people in your daily life, I found out how asocial I am. I will put that on a joke. But then it's, of course, perfect that we can meet here on the internet in a Zoom meeting. it's not like the world have been standing still. If there's one thing that people do, whatever the circumstances are, they still smoke. So I think for the business, it has been okay. We are satisfied. Concerning seeing my colleagues and talking tobacco, that has been a little bit more difficult. It has been by phone talks, or we have Teams meetings, but it's not the same as you're sitting and discussing crazy ideas of something new to come. I don't know, DDI, if that was answer to your question.
Well, yes, and it leads me to some other thoughts too. So, what I know of you, and the bit of the conversation we had last time, and some of the video I've seen of you, you like to spend some time in the warehouse and inspecting product and getting your nose into some of the bales and stuff like that. So, what's it been like not to be able to do that, and what do you do instead?
Going to the warehouse couldn't be replaced with anything, because the warehouse is a warehouse. That is where the tobacco is. Going into our development department and talk to the guys, playing around with tobaccos and so on, that has been not possible. We have tried to send as many of our employees at home so they could work from home, and we have avoided to have any COVID cases in the company, and that has been a good thing. But of course, when you normally walk around and you grab the tobacco, you smell it, talk with your colleagues in production and so on, that has been a bit hard. I have to admit that. I miss that.
Now that, I guess I don't know what the status of vaccinations are in Norway. I'm here in the United States. We've just gotten good news that hopefully by the end of May, everybody will be able to get a vaccine. I got my shot because I'm a veteran, and so I know that I'm going to be going to all the pipe shows this year. So what's going on in Norway? How soon do you guys think you'll be able to get back to the office?
I'm sorry, but I have to correct you. Not that I don't dislike the guys from Norway, but I'm sitting in Denmark. The kingdom of Denmark.
Right? No, I swear when I got an email from you about the time, you said, but I'm in Norway, so it's a different. I apologize.
That was Denmark. Always think about Hamlet. Then you get to Denmark. And now I forgot your question.
A little country next to Germany.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Thank you, Todd.
Norway's in Hamlet also, Fortinbras come, Anyway, no, what I said was, how soon do you guys think you'll be back in the office? What's the prognosis there in Denmark?
Well, we have been promised that before summer we will all get our vaccination, our injection. But as with many things in our lives, these statesmen are made of politicians. So I would say we have to wait and see. In Denmark, it has been rather slow. I think we are at a pace of 5% of our population have got their injection, and the rest are still waiting to get theirs.
Per Jensen,
right
it's
now,
been a while.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's been a while since we last spoke. This is Todd. And I had a question for you that I didn't get to ask last time.
Yeah.
And that is, as in your position at McBaron, I got to know what do you like to smoke? And how often do you smoke it?
How often? Oh, what I like to smoke I have two different situations. I have when I'm at work. Then I'm smoking whatever we are developing. That could be 2, 3, 4 tobaccos as at a time. But when I get back home, I'm a more a Virginia guy. And right now I'm smoking the Amphora Virginia.
Nice.
That is my go-to tobacco at the moment. And it's also, I find a very good tobacco if you want to mix it with something else. So say if you have a very strong blend, you want to loosen up a bit, to make it a bit milder. Amphora Virginia is fantastic to mix in.
Do you ever have a hankering to go to the cellar and grab some Rustica?
Yeah, I have Rustica at home.
Okay.
But that is more my weekend tobacco, where I can get a little bit dizzy and nobody notices.
So Pierre, I have a question for you. So I created a little post on our Facebook page, and the post was the name like Ask Pierre. So you had a chance to saw all the questions. So I would like to hear some of the answers to that. I would say really nice question. So maybe this is a good thing now.
Yeah, I've noticed that there was some questions about, for instance, McClellan, when they closed, why we didn't come out with some of their blends. And I think we have something basic here in pipe tobacco, because yes, we could try to make copies of the McClellan blends, but it would only be copies. I remember when Michael Neal told me, or McNeil, he was going to shut down his factory. He was not going to sell it. He was shutting it down, and with him, he was shutting down his brands. And I told him that I was actually proud of what he did, because he had a legacy, and nobody can try to copy that, because that was McClellan tobacco. And if we start copying all kind of different tobaccos all over the world, it will just be copies. And each manufacturer have their own style, have their own way of doing things, and that will give that for sure will give a special taste to that company. So, and Oliver, now you have to ask me what you'll like to hear about next.
Oh, really? So I have to take a look on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I've got one here. And by the way,
thank you.
As I ask this question, I just want to make sure that the guys over there who are watching on YouTube, got quite a few. It's a secret, but I did just put up the meeting number for the meeting. I didn't post a link, because that's how we got Pornhub on here last time. So if you are a real human and not a robot, you can actually go on the Zoom. You can come into the Zoom room with us and use that meeting number. Also, if you've got questions for Per, write it into the comment. I'm pointing over here, like you can see that's where my chat. So you can go ahead and write it, and I'll pass it along. So Per, one of the questions that came in from the group was about tobaccos that are currently being used in today's blends, maybe that you are using or that you know that other tobacco companies are using, that are getting scarce, that are disappearing, and that might change the kind of blends that we're able to get in the future years.
Any specific tobacco you're thinking about?
I don't know.
Virginia,
I'm only the
Latakia,
messenger. I mean, we all know that Perique is being produced in short quantity, but are there any others?
Yeah, there has been some rumors on the internet about Latakia. That was going to be, so to say, hard to get. But in all cases, and every time this happens, there's always one or two persons that steps up, takes the challenge, and start making a new production of, for instance, Latakia. So for that specific tobacco, there is no, you don't need to be sleepless tonight, because you're going to have your Latakia also in 10 years. That's for sure. So whatever you hear on the internet or what you read, yes, it was true that it was getting a little bit scared, but they recovered, and some new guys have started up a production, and so we are good to go. Virginia,
I have a question just came in from the YouTube group, because in just a little bit here, I want to ask about this, which is Latakia rolls, and your conversations recently about spun tobacco, and I'm having a lot of fun with spun tobacco. And the question is about a vapor in a spun form. Got any plans for one of those?
yes, and it's not just only an idea. It's going to happen this year. I think we'll talking about August or something. We will release another limited edition where it will be a vapor.
Do you have a name for it, or is that something you can talk about?
Well, you know, Denmark is we're a kingdom. So what else could it be than Royal Twist?
I'm not Norwegian.
You heard it here, folks, right here first.
Royal Twist.
Royal Twist coming this late summer, early fall. A vapor in a spun tobacco. Holy cow. How can... I'm going to open it up and just throw it out to the rest of the guys in the group if you have questions for Per. And then we'll come back and Oliver and I will try to ask some of the questions from the group from before.
Yeah, I have another, just wait, Ramachandran, I have another question from our Facebook page, and it's like, can you tell us a little bit about aging of tobacco, and what is, in your opinion, the perfect age of a pipe tobacco for the best smoking experience?
Yeah, well, if you give me your tongue, then I can try to smoke some tobacco and we can start discussing, because your taste and my taste might not be the same, or they are not the same. And when you're aging tobacco, in my experience, you get the best result with Virginias, because something happens with the natural sugar that makes it more mild, more soft over the years. With Burley, I don't have that good results. And in my opinion, Latakia, if you keep it too long, it will lose some of the smokiness. But it's just my opinion. And here we have something completely, two different systems. In Europe, we are not doing so much cellaring as you are doing in the United States. In Europe, we buy a tin, we smoke it, then we go to our tobacconist and we buy another tin and go home. In the United States, you buy 5 tins, smoke one and put 4 in the cellar. And then in 3 years, you open one of them, in 5 years, another one, and so on. That is, or that was not common in Europe. It's coming a little bit, but it was not that common. The best result is, of course, if you have it in an airtight container. And I would say there, the tins, they have a vacuum. And if you let the vacuum stay in the tin, that is one of the best way of aging. And saying that, then a small piece of advice. If you are having flake tobacco, also in a square tin, I would suggest you if you want to cellar it for years, open the tin, take the tobacco out, put it into a jar, and put the jar in the cellar. Because the square tins over time could lose the vacuum. They're not so airtight as the round tins. It's just I have experienced that more than a few times that pipe smokers get back to me and say, well, when I want to open it, there was no vacuum and the tobacco was dry. So if you want to make sure, take it out of the tin and put it into a glass jar, for instance.
Got it. Ramachandran, you had a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, I'm R.P. Haran from India. You just now mentioned about the Latakia, that one need not be really worried about the supply of Latakia over a period of time. Does it also apply to Syrian Latakia, which was supposed to be the best one among the Latakias, which was originally coming from Syria, but now the way things are going on there, how long do you think we can continue, or by when we can again have the original Latakia, which is a Syrian Latakia?
Oh, I think it will be a very, very hard task to get Syrian Latakia back. Even before the civil war, the government had decided and made a law that was not allowed to make Latakia anymore because they were using too much wood for the smoking of the Oriental tobacco. And then, of course, the civil war we don't know if the farmers are still there or whatever happened. But I don't think Syrian Latakia will come back originating in Syria. What could be done, that is a possibility, is to get some seeds from the original Syrian Oriental and to move it to another area, in another country. But then again, you lose the Syrian Oriental was also based on the soil. And if you change the soil, you'll get another harvest, another taste out of it. So I think that the most of us should just say we have been lucky enough to experience Syrian Latakia and can keep it as a warm memory and say, well, that was it. That will probably never come back, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just want to add to that. Also in Syria and Cyprus, they use different wood for creating Latakia, and that's one of the reasons why taste is different. And also, even before the civil war and all those problems, there was another reason why Syrian Latakia was disappearing. It's a very labor-intensive process, and farmers just didn't want to do it because they were not making any money doing it.
Yeah.
So how much Syrian Latakia was in your vintage Syrian?
Around about 40%.
Uh-huh.
But the Syrian variety was a very mild family member of the Latakia family. The Latakia from Cyprus is more strong, makes a lot more notice of itself, where the Syrian Latakia was more smooth. Of course, you could feel the smoky note, but it didn't put itself in the first row. It was very polite. That's the best way I can put it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
from my
if you want
experience, I can say that Syrian Latakia remains more of those floral notes of Oriental leaf than Cyprian. Cyprian is a little more spicy, that I attribute mostly to variety of tobacco used. So Syrian is milder with a less spice and more of those floral notes.
Yeah.
I have another question.
Yeah, and when you want
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pierre.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I have another question from the group.
No, when you want to
you.
Okay, kids.
No, you go ahead.
I'm going to I feel like the teacher. Per, you had a thought, and we don't want to lose any of your thoughts. So why don't you go ahead and finish that one, and then Oliver can ask the next question.
No, it was just when you develop a tobacco with the Latakia, and we still had the Syrian Latakia. We had to use a lot more of the Syrian to get the same smoky note as the one out of Cyprus. But with the Syrian Latakia, you could, I may be wrong to say, but you could do magic. You could get a very soft note in your smoke, still had the smoky taste, but it was not that dominant as the one from Cyprus. I think the one from Cyprus is a little harder to work with, because if you overdo it, well, you just taste Latakia, nothing else. So the line between a successful tobacco with the Syrian Latakia and the one with Cyprus, the one out of Cyprus, I would say I would prefer to work with the Syrian version. But unfortunately, that's not possible anymore. And then, of course, we love what we have.
Oliver, I'm going to kick it back to you for your next question. And then we have a record number of people in the meeting today here in the Zoom room. And I know that you guys all have questions too. Please don't be shy. If this is maybe your first or second time here, it seems like there's a few of us who dominate the conversation, especially me, because I don't have any control over my mouth. I belong to a 12-step program called On and On and On. So I will do my best to not talk so much. But I'm going to kick it over to you guys after Oliver's question. Please don't be shy and just step up and ask.
So, Per, here's my question. We meet each other 2019 on the Chicago Pipe Show, and we had a long, long conversation in German, and I really appreciate it. And since then, I'm a huge fan of the Amphora Virginia. So my question is, how close is the Amphora Virginia to the HH Pure Virginia when we talk about quality? So I love this stuff, and I love also the HH Pure Virginia. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the way of production is the same, because the Amphora Virginia is also pressed into a cake. Then it's cut and then it's rubbed out. Where the difference lies that are in the grades in the tobacco itself. Where we, for instance, for pure Virginia, we are needing or we are using a very high grade of Virginia tobaccos, very special Virginia tobaccos. Where for the Amphora Virginia, we are still using good Virginias, but they are not that special as in the pure Virginia. So, and that is mainly the difference.
So I call the Amphora the little brother of the pure Virginia. That could be right.
I would say that's a fair way of expressing it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Another question.
This is Alvin from Texas, and David, one of the reasons I love this pipe club is I never get to speak to a blender like this, so that's one of the main reasons I love this club. Question, we were talking about Latakia. Would you say the same thing about the HH Latakia flake? Is the Latakia a higher quality of Latakia, like you mentioned in the pure Virginia, or I'm just curious about that, because I love your HH Latakia flake.
Yeah, what The latakia we're using in latakia flake is out of Cyprus. But what does the trick? That is oriental tobacco contains a little bit natural sugar, so around about 10%. And the smoke, when you smoke the oriental to get latakia, the sugar doesn't disappear. Perhaps 1%, but the most of it stays. And when you put the tobacco into a hot press, then you are actually making a small kind of a Cavendish. You're just starting the Cavendish process and then you stop it. So the Cavendish process uses the natural sugar. And when you use the natural sugar, you get a milder version of the tobacco. You still got the taste, but it's milder in smoke. And that is what the English found out in way back in history. That they could actually use very heavy tobacco, and as long as they hot pressed them and used the Virginias, they didn't know why it works like this. We don't know why it works, but it do work. They could use heavy tobaccos and still get a very, I would say, mild, smokable pipe tobacco out of it. Was that answer to your question?
That was. That did.
So Pierre, can we say that any latakia that has been pressed, which starting the Cavendish process, would age better? Like when we say that English blends doesn't age well compared to Virginias. So does this kind of pressed flake age better?
I would say no. But the hot press, if you're using a hot press, that is actually a little bit like you're putting it into the cellar. You don't get heat in your cellar, but you get a lot of time. And over time, the tobacco will change a bit. We just do it very quickly with the hot press. So that's a big difference.
Yeah, this is Boris from Switzerland. Talking about availability of Mac Baren tobaccos, I know that there are certain countries where certain tobaccos are not available. For instance, Virginia Flake, I love this stuff, but I had to get it from Germany and I'm not able to get it in Switzerland. We have tons of Mac Baren here in Switzerland, but this particular blend we don't have. So is there something that Mac Baren is controlling, or is this due to the importers?
Boys, now you have to take care that you don't get me started. No. And I get this question a lot from pipe smokers. Why don't we have this brand in my country and so on? And to take it, just the major things. In some countries, we are experiencing listing cuts caused by the wholesalers. That means if we are not sure that it can meet a certain amount in kilos, we're going to lose a lot of money on it. And then, of course, it's a no. It could also be due to national regulations, laws. What is allowed, what is not allowed. Then finally, we have to find an importer who are very interested in pipe tobacco. Sometimes that is a little bit hard to find. And when you have an importer, we also have to get our own export guys to get interested in getting tobacco into the specific country. I can promise you one thing. If it was up to me, we had all tobaccos in all countries.
I think so.
Amen. Yes, but I don't think my boss would be very pleased with me in that case.
Okay, thank you.
So it could be a lot of different things. In Switzerland, I cannot say why they don't have Virginia Flake. I don't know.
Fair enough.
But when I meet my colleague, I will ask.
Punch him.
That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
This is Steve in Colorado. The last time I was able to join live was your first visit to the Pipe Club. And I asked about the replacement for Royal Twist, and you said roll cake, and I've gotten a version of that, and it's still excellent. Not quite as piquant as I remember with the when the Perique was still in it, but I enjoyed it very much. My question is, I just recently discovered your new YouTube channel, separate from McBaron's, and videos. And I'm curious, what's the next episode going to be about, and when can we expect it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. If I could just use my full time to make the videos, it could be within 14 days. But unfortunately, I have to do it in my spare time. I think the next one, it will be a couple of months. But I can let you decide. I have one idea myself, and I'm thinking about a second one. And the first one is where or how did Virginia tobacco goes from the 16th century until today? Because the Virginia we know today is nothing like the settlers had back in Jamestown settlement. That was a complete other breed of tobacco. So I could tell that story, or I could make another guide of how to fill your pipe with pressed tobacco. Could be flake tobacco and ready rubbed.
Well, you did the one on coins, but I've just recently discovered a Scudo, and Virginia Periques are now where I'm headed. So I'm really looking forward to the new Royal Twist. But either would be very interesting. And thanks for being our guest.
If I can just
thank you for having me.
You're like an amazing presenter, and whatever you're going to do next is, I'm sure, going to be awesome. But you have a great presence, on YouTube and here in the club. And just want to say thanks for coming on.
Oh, well, thank you for listening and for joining. And I would love to make a lot of videos because besides making the video, telling the story, it's kind of it's becoming a hobby to put a film together and make it work. And one of the strangest things, you wouldn't believe it, I always started doing the English version first. Then I translated into German. That sounds very difficult, but I'm married to a German. My wife is German, so translation is no problem. But when you have to make the subtitles, what in English can be said in half a sentence, it takes 1.5 paragraph in German. So when you're looking at the German version, it's getting a little bit squeezed. So next time I'm going to start with the German, and then we'll have a little bit more air in the English version.
That's
but
why.
Thank you for watching them.
Is that why Oliver talks so much? We love you, Oliver.
Yeah, thank you. I love you too.
Little Morgan has a question he's been dying to ask. Go ahead, Morgan.
What inspired you to make the vanilla roll cake, the Latakia roll cake, and the what is it, Navy plug?
The new Royal Twist. Why we did it?
Cake.
Yeah. Well, I have to admit, we are the only one doing twist like this, spinning the tobacco together, and it's a craftsmanship. And I was looking at the sales of different tobaccos, And I could see that the interest had been a little bit less for the spun tobacco. And I find that very, very disturbing, because if we quit making these roll cakes, then there are no one out there who can do it. So thinking that decision to make some new roll cake was very easy. And the first one, the vanilla roll cake, it's, by the way, going to be a standard tobacco in our program. But that was, well, we have an ancient production method. Why don't we let it meet modern times where flavors are used? So that was the idea behind the vanilla roll cake. But doing it in a way so the vanilla didn't overpower the tobaccos. The Latakia was the next, and then there was only one missing, that was the Perique. So,
well, you could do a rustico roll cake, but I think we'd have to open up more hospitals after that.
You just gave me an idea. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm on board.
A couple of questions came over from YouTube. Actually, one I think is very interesting, and it's a little personal, so if you don't want to answer this one, but I know you grew up in a pipe family. Your father was a pipe manufacturer, and you grew up at that. Do you have children who've grown up with you in the pipe world, and do they smoke pipes? And
well, I have two daughters, and none of them smoke pipe. So unfortunately, no.
I think that there are a few guys here who would like to be adopted, however. So if you want to.
Okay,
Yeah.
then my third question was, what inspired you to make the Navy plug?
Well, the Navy plug was, it was actually a test of an idea, because I have seen a lot of pipe smokers have been buying plugs in different way, or crumble cakes, and then sitting there with their knife and then cutting a little bit, and we'll say, well, could we do this? And then that was the birth of the Navy flake as a plug. But I'm almost sure I can promise you it's not going to be the last one.
Hi, I just want to know one thing about this cellaring thing. Like what's happening in the case of liquor, which is always, comes with a 12 years or 18 years old liquor. Is it possible for all the tobacco manufacturers to come out with how old the tobacco is, say 5 years, 6 years, 2 years, whatever it is? Because, it's not possible for any tobacco buyer to buy a tobacco and wait for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years for it to completely, come out as the best. So is it possible, I mean, if you can label it as 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, I know a few companies are doing it, but it's not a normal practice. So is it possible?
No, and I totally agree with you. But from the time the tobacco is harvested until we can start using it, it's at least 1 year old. And that is, well, it's harvested, it's processed in the country, then it has to get shipped to Denmark by sea. And then, of course, we have other tobacco, so it gets behind in the line. So it's at least 1 old, but that doesn't matter. But to keep it for 5 years or 6 years, that would only be for a very specific blend, I would say, because it's in the daily business, it's not possible to do that.
Well,
also think about the investment.
Yeah. There is another reason why you cannot like age tobacco same way you age, let's say, whiskey. Whiskey is aging while it's in the barrel. When it's bottled, it's not changing anymore. Tobacco keeps changing after it's in a tin. You keep it in a tin and it keeps changing. The longer you keep it, the more it changes.
Yeah, you can say a Virginia tobacco, when it's flue cured, that normally takes these 5 days, then the leaf is biological dead, meaning nothing is going to happen to that leaf until it gets casing, it gets a little bit flavor, and it gets vacuum sealed in a tin. Then we bring it a bit back to life, and then it can. It will change over the years. It will get darker. It will get milder. But the tobaccos we have in our warehouse is what we consider biological dead, because nothing happens to the tobacco. So it's first when it's processed and packed, then something happens.
Yeah, that's right. When you
can age.
reintroduce moisture to the tobacco and put in the blend, then changes start again. While it's in the warehouse, it's pretty
And to
dry.
keep the tobacco in our
that's
warehouse.
why there are practically no changes.
Yeah.
This is one of the.
That's right.
One of the skills of master tobacconists, whether at the warehouse level or on the the local level, is to play with the chemical changes that happens when moisture is introduced, and then when you take moisture away and you stop a tobacco, just like tea, at a certain point of fermentation, so that and how do you know what that moment is and what taste you're going to get out of it? I want to one more question over here from YouTube, and then open it up last chance for the group to ask a question. We want to let Per not have to stay up too late, and we have one more thing we want him to do for us. So here's the question from the YouTube group. And this is a question that's been asked many times, but it is a question that I think everybody's always interested in, so I'll ask it anyway. Why are some blends only for the USA and other blends only for Europe?
Well, what we have been doing here lately is we have introduced limited edition to the US. Of course, also with the FDA ruling coming down, where it will not be possible to bring in completely new tobaccos. We have speeded up that process for United States. And the speed that we are having is not possible to adapt to other countries. So it could perhaps be, for instance, Germany is now introducing the vanilla roll cake called classic roll cake due to EU regulations. But it's the same tobacco, but it comes in Germany now. And since vanilla roll cake, we have had the Latakia rolls. We are bringing 2 more this year. And one country, if there's not a specific reason, there are no country that can absorb that kind of new items. So that's the reason why in the United States, it seems like we are making all the goodies for the States, but that there is a logical reason behind it. And some of them will come to Europe over time.
Per, this is Aaron from Tokyo. I want to jump in. One, I want to say, share my gratitude. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not smoking McBaron tobacco here in Tokyo. One, I have a question in terms of Rustica. Will it ever be released again? 2, I love the Amphora Virginia and the Burley and the Kentucky Flake. Amphora is available in Japan, but these aren't. I've taken M4 Virginia to 5 different brick and mortars around Tokyo, trying to get them to start importing it. Do you have any suggestions of how I can pressure, or how do we get this imported into Japan? And the third question is, I've got a pipe by your father that, like, unlike my other Jorgensen pipes, it's got like it's looks like it's his signature for the stamp, and I like it's different from all like the press, and I don't know if tell me about that. Sorry.
If it's, let's start with the pipe first. If it looks like a signature, it is one of our top products. That signature is my father's, and we only use those for the absolute 3% top of the pipes. I hope it behaves well.
Oh, it does.
It has to. It has to. So that was the story about the signature, and if you try to read it, you cannot read what it says. It's impossible. If you don't know it's a George Jensen, then well, there's some funny stamping here. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you're sitting with one of our top products, top pipes.
Nice story,
how
right?
to get how to get Virginia, Amphora Virginia to Japan might be a little bit more difficult. Also with the Japanese regulations, and I know my export colleague is so far without the great success. I'm sorry, but we can always hope it will come. As I told before, it was up to me, every tobacco would be in every country, but it's not up to me. And see, now I'm so old, I have forgotten your first question.
The Rustica.
Being a limited edition, will that be released again? Because that's another wonderful.
Yes, it will be released again, but also probably as a limited, but it will come again.
Wonderful. Thank you for all you do.
In a roll cake form.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, you were the first one who introduced Nicotiana rustica to mainstream tobacco. And that was one of the reasons why I used Nicotiana rustica in the blend I'm now developing for the Virtual Pipe Club. It has small amounts, about 12.5%, but I just love the flavor. And that's why I decided to use it.
All right.
Hey, Per.
Todd, go ahead. And then we're going to steal Per for a special something.
Okay. Per, if it's not McBaron that's in your pipe, what might we find you smoking that is not from the McBaron line? Do you have any favorites?
You want my honest question?
Honest.
My honest answer?
Yes.
Yeah, it's always McBaron, because for me it's the cheapest. That well known as one of the most expensive pipes or whatever. What we did, we were more craftsmen than we were businessmen. So we made pipes at affordable prices and good smoking instruments. No matter if it was a bent pipe or a straight pipe, should always be able to smoke as well. So, but for my Facebook here, I'm going to over the next couple of months, I'm going to put a lot about my pipe time. So memories from back then. I'm going to post that. So if you're interested, you can follow it.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Okay.
My pleasure.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How do you adopt blends when you have to switch from Syrian to Cyprian Latakia? One of my favorite tobaccos was McBaron's Solent mixture, which previously his previous iteration had, I think, maybe 10% Syrian Latakia. It's still being made, but now with Cyprian. Do you just sort of substitute, or are there other things you do to the blend to adapt it?
No, that particular blend, we started a long time ago when we saw, well, nothing is coming out of Syria, so that's going to be an issue. We start, what do we call it, watering out the Syrian Latakia with Cyprus. For each production, just a little bit, and then the next production, a little bit more. So over a period of 4 years, we had replaced the Syrian with the Cyprus Latakia. So, and today, in former times, the backside label said Syrian Latakia. And today it's just say Latakia.
Okay.
Oh, Tom, you're muted.
I'm gonna mute. Oh, hold on.
David, may I ask a question, or Oliver, before you go through? Or you want to ask him first and then I go?
No, David, go ahead.
Go ahead, David.
Thank you. I got 2 questions. One, I know you always acquire companies like Amphora, Capstan, and so on. Do you guys have any other ones in mind? That's the first question. And the second one, it's, I know you have kind of a combination or a deal with Sadleaf here in the United States. With you bring their tobaccos to them, or they bring their tobaccos to them. What's the deal between you guys and Sadleaf? Thanks.
Sadleaf is a daughter company of Mac Baren. So Sadleaf belongs to Mac Baren. So it was, of course, when we needed an importer, it was logical that we did it with our own daughter company. So that's how they're connected. Then you had a question about, what was the first question?
Sure. The first question is, like, since in the last, let's say, 5-10 years, you acquired companies like Capstan or Blends or Amphora now. Which one have you done recently, or you have in mind that perhaps you acquire their names, their recipes, and their Mac Baren now? Thanks.
Yeah, you're right. In 2015, we bought the Imperial Tobacco Group, all they had of pipe tobaccos. And in 2019, we bought the Planta Tobacco Company in Berlin, in Germany. Is a rather important player on the German market. And I don't think we have any plans for buying any more. And I must say, I come as a Mac Baren guy. We had our portfolio. We developed new Mac Baren tobaccos and so on. Then came Imperial. Then all the time was transferred into developing, for instance, the 3 new Amphoras. I tried with 3 nuns with a green and a yellow version. And now it starts with Planta. As I have told my guys back here, we are losing focus. I have too much children. I cannot look after all of them. So at a certain point, they have to decide what to go forward with.
Thank
you. Per, I have another question from the group. Pretty simple for you. Is Mac Baren named for a person, or where came the name from?
No, Mac Baren is a fantasy. And it comes from the inventor of the mixture, Jørgen Hallberg. And he was very fond, so almost all his days he went to Scotland. And in the period of roundabout, it was just after the war, 47, he was looking for a name for a new tobacco he was planning. That was mixture. And at that time, every product had to have an English name. So, and he was in Scotland, And Scott, that was a lot with Mac. So the first suggestion he made was McLaren. But they also build cars, so they complained. And then he changed one letter, the L with a B, and then it got McBaron. So it's pure fantasy. It's not because we have Scottish roots or anything like that. Even that would have been nice to visit some distilleries, but I can do that anyhow.
The sports car tobacco.
Yeah. I have another question from the group, and it says, what is McBaron's most successful blend?
With no doubt, mixture.
Really?
So if we are just looking at the McBaron production, only the piece that is called McBaron, then mixture is around about 50%. One blend.
Wow.
So
More than original choice?
Original Choice is a very successful launch. Was launched in '98. But if we compare the figures, there are no comparison at all. Mixture is absolutely our number one.
There is
Wow. All right, I'm going to steal Per for this next part, and I implored Per to come back again when he was here for the first time, and now I'm imploring him to come back again for another time after this too, because I think you always have and there's so many questions we haven't asked yet, but I want to be respectful of your time. And we have some pipes to give away, and Per has agreed to help us with this. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to actually, oops, that didn't work. My computer crashed a minute ago and I had to reboot. So now there's another button I have to push. So I'm going to show the pipe. So you see, I just drew them at random out of the box. There's only one pipe that I am deliberately selecting to come at the end, which is our big Costello. Everyone else, there's just randomly, I'm closing my eyes, dragging it out of the box. Now, here's how we have done this raffle. Oliver has, there are many hands in this so that we can guarantee that there's no funny business, right? Oliver went through and using a random generator assigned numbers to all the names of the people who have bought tickets. So this just totally, the computer spit them out, and now there's a number written down next to your name. While I'm showing off the pipe, Oliver's going to spin a number out and then shoot that number over to Jürgen. And then Jürgen is going to send the name to Per, and Per will announce the winner. Is that complicated enough, or should we make it more complicated? All right, let me see.
Yeah, that sounds way too simple.
Right.
What could possibly go wrong with that?
Exactly, right? All right, here is our first pipe. This is a Savinelli. I know because I peeked. So there's the box there. And some lucky person is about to get this very pipe, because we're giving it away right now. And here it is. Oh, look at that.
It's aroma.
That is aroma. Yes, it is. I happen to be smoking one myself. This is mine that I'm smoking. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as this one, though. This is a beautiful pipe. See if I can get it to focus here a little bit. With beautiful staining on the rim there. I'm talking away so that Oliver can generate the number and get it over to Jürgen. Guys, let me know when you're set, and then we'll get Per to make the announcement.
All right. So let me go further. I have a number generator, and there's a number 1 to 188, and that means we sold 188 tickets. So, and now it's not easy to see, but I push the button and there's a number and I have no clue. And this is a number, 182, 182.
So Jürgen is going to now secretly send that name to Per via chat. So Per, you have to watch your chat and see what pops up on your screen. Guys, we're going to have to get snappier on
and
this.
the winner is, yeah, the winner is, I don't know how to pronounce the family name, but it's a Karen Eisendy. I don't know if it's pronounced correctly.
Say the name again.
But Karen Eisendy.
Karen, wherever you may
Does
be,
that ring a bell?
you are the winner of this beautiful Savinelli Roma, and Oliver will be getting in touch with you on how to get it shipped to you. And congratulations. That's fantastic. All right.
Guys, it's actually Fred Eisenstein.
It's Fred.
Yeah, but I have to be clear. I have only the names from the PayPal payment, so this is sometimes a little bit different.
Right. Yeah, no, it's Karen, and then I got a correction here. It's Eisensee.
Yes.
Karen Eisensee. Yeah.
Yeah, this is important. The last name is important in this case. That's okay.
And of course, we know Fred. Fred, congratulations.
Yes, Fred.
Fred,
Congrats.
that's awesome.
And thanks to your wife for the payment.
Yeah, say, honey,
Congrats,
it was my birthday. All right,
Awesome. Congratulations.
Here is the next pipe. This is a Brevia. This is one of the pipes we bought after we sold so many tickets that we needed to buy more pipes. I think this is just a gorgeous pipe, but then that's just me. But it is definitely an unusual pipe. I happen to know it. Remember, it's an umpal. So there is the umpal.
Oof.
So
ready for the number?
You're ready for the number? Yes, go right ahead.
Okay. I push the button. Number 9.
Okay, so while Jürgen is figuring out who's number 9, let me just show you, that this is got a built-in, but this is a wooden one, not a metal. So maybe it's not a windscreen. It's just you could go walking around and not spill your tobacco out. Right.
It's what we call a wife pleaser.
A wife pleaser.
You don't have ashes all over. Normally, when you put your pipe down, it turns around and then ashes is going everywhere. Not here.
This is really gorgeous. Very nice wood grain accent here, beautifully and heavily rusticated throughout. Did you get a name yet, Per?
I have just got a name, and it's Ian Reed. Ian Reed.
Ian.
Ian, sorry, Ian, yeah. Ian Reed.
Unbelievable.
Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Nice pipe.
Awesome. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Well done, Ian. Well done. That's one for London. One for London.
Okay. Here is pipe number 3. We're just going to do 4 with Per and then let him go. We'll do the rest of them at the end. This is a Nirup. A Nirup. And I'm trying to be gentle with the boxes, but at least I have my white gloves on for the pipes themselves, so you don't get my fingerprints on your pipe. Ooh, this is nice little bag here. Velvet bag there. And this is a beautiful bent, bent egg, I believe.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I know, isn't it? This is the one I would have wanted if I was buying tickets, but I didn't buy a ticket.
That's slick.
Yeah.
All right. Ready for the number? Here we go.
Big money, big money, big money.
Number is 89.
Number 89. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. So number 89, while they are doing, I should have been an auctioneer. I think if I need a new career, I could do. So beautiful flame grain all across this puppy right here, spiraling up.
Wonderful.
You know, and then this really gorgeous stem here with,
nice.
I guess this is an acrylic here, but I'm not sure. It's beautiful though. It's gorgeous.
And we have a winner.
And we have a winner. All right.
And the winner is Clint Godwin. Clint Godwin.
Clint Godwin.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
Wherever you are.
I hope somebody's writing these names down. Just
Jürgen.
I mean, you don't want to rely on me, do you?
You'll have to rewatch the YouTube video.
That's right. Yes, we have a backup. All right, so final one for Per to help us with is this Chacombe. And again, in a nice little, a rooster smoking a pipe. So apparently the rooster is the logo, the mascot of the Chacombe, which is really nice because in my Chinese zoological sign, I am a rooster as well. And here, look at that. Beautiful Chacombe.
Beautiful.
With,
that's really nice.
Yes.
Nice.
A completely unfinished bowl there, just ready for you to stuff it with a certain Mac Baren tobacco product.
Fabulous.
Smoke it all the way down to, and this beautiful Cumberland stem here.
Like the army mount.
A nice army mount, exactly. All right.
France, they don't call it a rooster, they call it le coq.
Le coq. I try to stay away from.
Symbol of France, because French people are descendants of Gauls, and Gallus in Latin is a rooster.
Aha.
Ready for the number? Here we go. The number is 130.
130. So while they are finding who is number 130, see if I can just, I wish this would focus and zoom in, but it doesn't know.
Is that a spigot?
It is.
Oh,
Spigot mount there.
fabulous.
That's the French pronunciation too.
Spigot.
Ooh.
We have a winner.
We have a winner. All right.
It is so exciting. And the happy man this time is Thomas Scott.
Oh.
Thomas Scott.
Congratulations, Thomas. It's a beautiful party you won.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Very
nice.
Indeed.
Very nice.
Where are you, Thomas? Oh, congratulations.
So yes, Thomas, wherever you are, had to think twice there because I was like, did I get that wrong? 2 first names? That's always a challenge. Thomas, wherever you are, congratulations. We'll again be reaching out to you to figure out how to get it shipped out to you. Just to communicate this to everybody so everybody is clear, I did get a few people emailing me before today's meeting asking if you had to be present to win, and the answer is no. We know that a lot of guys work on Saturdays or have, last minute honeydews that they have to do and can't make it to the meeting. Totally fine. It was very wonderful for all of you guys who bought tickets to the raffle. Just makes it a fun celebration. So regardless of whether you're here or not, we'll find you. And I'm sure you'll find us too. And then we'll get the pipes to you. Per, I don't want to let you go, but I know that it's late there where you are.
It's a bit late. Yeah.
Yeah.
But am I allowed to make a small statement before I go?
Yes, please.
Actually, two small statements. We talked about the vaccination here in Denmark. And right now, I am not sure that I'm going to be able to make it to Chicagoland for the pipe show. But at least in October, I think it is, Richmond Pipe Club has a meeting at the Sutcliffe property in Richmond. And for sure, I will be there. So whatever you have of questions, if you are in Richmond, please seek me out and we'll have a tobacco chat about it.
Before you make your second little statement, let me just say something about that before I forget. My plan is to be at as many of the pipe shows that I'm able to go, that my wife will let me go to. And each time we do that, we're going to have a virtual pipe club meeting from the show. So if I go to Richmond and we get together, if Per has any time, that would be a great place for us to do the same thing as we're doing here, and you can ask your questions right there. So hopefully I'll see you soon this year. Back to you there.
Yeah. No, and then the second one that I am I'm impressed with the work the founders have done and the amount of members that have joined the virtual pipe club. And I can only say, keep up your good work. Corona or no Corona, this might be the future. That's for sure. So thank you for having me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I hope you all win the big prize at the end. Otherwise, you have to join the next raffle.
Thank you so much, Per. You've been a great
pleasure.
Thank
you.
Thank you for
joining
us.
Thank you, Per.
Thank you, Per.
Bye, Per.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
I don't know what to say. I mean, that was just amazing. Great questions, you guys. I know that we didn't get all the questions asked, but we'll figure out a way to still communicate. Per's very present on social media when he can. So places like, now he's paying more attention to the Virtual Pipe Club, so we can still ask questions of him from our page. So if you didn't get your questions answered today, it doesn't mean that we won't get it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like building a cliffhanger.
So we're sort of at we're past what we had planned for the midway point, but we're gonna move ahead. We have another guest today, and just before I introduce him, or maybe them, because there might have been a couple of them, I want to talk about who they are. So we are fortunate to have with us as our second guest the gentleman from tobaccopipes.com. Tobaccopipes.com was a sponsor of our celebration in that they gave us a nice discount on the pipes that we were able to buy. So we were able to buy more pipes because of the discount, and that was wonderful. They've also been terrific guys to work with. This is the first time I've ever done business with them, and it was really a pleasant experience. We ordered the pipes, like literally 2 days later, we received them. So they're on top of things in their shipping department, I can tell you that. And they've also been just very responsive. So I want to give a special thanks and shout out to tobaccopipes.com, and I'm sure that the gentleman from there will tell you more. Also, they've told me that we're going to get a chance to take a virtual tour of their back office and see what they've got stashed in the corners and all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
So that's going to be fun in a minute. And so, Ben, if you, I'll tell you what, I'm going to change the camera. Just start talking and you'll be there.
Okay. I unmuted. So am I coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So should I try from my headset? You think you guys will hear me better, or is this good enough?
No, it's perfect.
This is
Go
good.
ahead.
Okay.
This is good.
Okay, perfect.
So thank you guys so much for having us a part of this. I've been a member for probably months and just kind of keep an eye on what the room's talking about. And it's a really amazing group, and you guys have grown a lot, and it's amazing what you guys have done in a short amount of time. So thank you for having us. My business partner was supposed to be here, but the time slot kind of shifted a little bit, and his daughter had gymnastics tournament. So he isn't with us today. So it's just me. So I didn't really have anything like prepared other than I was thinking about maybe, taking questions and things like that, but maybe just starting from the front of the store. And as I walk through the office and everything else, maybe questions will come up and we can just kind of freestyle it. If that sounds good with everyone in the group.
Let me kick off with a question and then we can get started with that. So I'm here at the Virtual Pipe Club, the guest speakers that we brought in, I try to have as representative of all different aspects of the pipe and premium tobacco world, including the business aspect of it and what it's like to be an entrepreneur and a small business person in this field. And I know you've got a story about how smoking tobacco pipes, the tobaccopipes.com got started. Can you share that with us?
Yeah. So like the origins?
Yep.
Okay. So I've always had like a small business background, and my business partner here has had like a technology background, and we've known each other since like middle school, high school. I was best man in his wedding. We worked together. We went to college together. We have history. So like 12 years ago, we were talking and we just said, it'd be nice for us to like start something together. And we said, let's do something online. So we were brainstorming about like websites, and we came up with like 5 or 6 different websites that we were going to start, like completely random. And Tobacco Pipes happened to be one of them. And the reason we picked it was because we both had, especially my business partner, had very fond memories of his grandfather smoking a pipe. So we put together like these 5 or 6 websites. And while we were like exploring and figuring it out, there was something about like when we got calls from other customers in these other industries, it was very like straight to the point. What do you want? Here's the answer. We hung up and it was the end of the conversation. There was something very different about when a pipe smoker called and the conversation went into like different areas. And all of a sudden I noticed, man, I was on the phone for 30 minutes with this guy. I was on the phone for an hour and we weren't even talking about what they originally called for. It was just, it was really interesting. So the pipe side was the only one out of the websites that was actually turning a little bit of product, making money from the business side. But the customer perspective, what really stuck out to me being in small business, I had never really felt that before. I never felt that community feeling, that friendliness, that like just genuine type of person. So once we kind of like felt that, we closed the other 5 sites down and ran full speed. So when we originally did this, it was called tobaccopipestore.com. And then when we got serious about it, we said we wanted something that had a little bit more credibility online. So we picked up tobaccopipes.com. And then we kind of just ran with it and stumbled and got back up and stumbled and got back up and just kept at it and kept at it. And I think the synergy between me having a background in small business and him being a technology guy and kind of fusing those together and just kind of trying to do the right thing by every customer, take care of them, do the right thing, ship packages out. Business 101 combined with him understanding technology kind of helped us, I'd say, catapult or get us moving in the right direction. So that's kind of how it started. It was very random, but everything kind of aligned for us to be where we're at now.
So is that like 2003 ish or?
It was no, I think it was 2000. I think it was like 2011.
So at that time, how difficult was it to enter into the tobacco industry with an online store? And do you think you could still do the same thing today?
I think you could still do the same thing today. There's a lot of challenges, obviously, with tobacco. When we first started, we only sold pipes and accessories. And at the time, we said we are not getting into tobacco. We didn't want to get into the laws and the taxes and everything that was around it. But as we started selling more and more pipes and accessories, and customers started they liked conducting business with us, 50% of our calls were, I love buying my pipes from you and my accessories. Can you please carry tobacco? Can you please carry tobacco? So we obviously started slowly getting and drifting into that area. Could it be done today? I think it could. I think that, you would want to maybe start slowly, understand, what you're getting into. Definitely on the pipe and accessory side, I think there's a lot of opportunity. I think the community is unbelievable. I've never seen so many people selfless in my life. I've never seen a competitor recommend a competitor and recommend a competitor and not really care about it, just understood that it was good for the industry. So I think absolutely you could start it today. The tobacco side, maybe some challenges, and you would want to be careful and obviously talk to an attorney. But there's a lot of room, I think, for accessories and pipes. And I don't know, I see people coming up with cool creations all the time. So I think there's some room.
That's awesome. I want to turn you over to the mob, but before we do that, I want to, because I'm very curious about the business side of this, and you're represent like a small business, and so what were some of the growth points that you've experienced, places where the business took off or took a sideways turn or something?
For a positive?
Either.
Obviously, like when we made a transition from just selling pipes and accessories to tobacco, that obviously helped. You have a lot of recurring revenue. That's, tobacco is always going away. You have to come back and order more. So that was a big part of business. Trying to think of what really, man, I actually have to say, I don't think there was one single thing that was like, oh man, here we go, rocket ship, or this is an unbelievable amount of growth. It's been just a slow and steady type of grind of doing the right thing. Business 101, answering the phone, calling people back, shipping out promptly, doing that day in and day out, and day in and day out. There wasn't anything particular that really stood out. I mean, once we got to where we've never had a lot of people here, but once we were able to start bringing on a few people to helping with some of the tasks, because when it was just me and my business partner, it's all on us. We have to do, phone calls, emails, shipping, ordering, taxes. I mean, everything at one time, just on two people, is a lot. So once we started bringing on a little bit of help, and we were able to get good help to kind of take some of those responsibilities away from us, that helped us open up a little bit and start focusing a little bit more on the business and not so much everyday tasks, even though we still do. If you call, I still answer the phone, I still ship products, I still answer emails, I still do all the same things as when we started.
Are you international? Do you ship around the world or just in the US?
We do. We ship, so pretty much we ship to every country. But our caveat is with our policy is please read, your country's customs policies, because we can't keep track of every tax and policy and how every country handles incoming packages related to tobacco. But we will absolutely ship it out. And we ship to Canada all the time. And from what I understand with Canada, each province has its own tax rate with tobacco.
Yes.
Well, let me open it up to the group here, guys. Again, I've gone through and muted a bunch of the microphones, but don't let that deter you. Just go ahead and throw your mics on and ask Ben a question. And
when a question comes up, on the bottom, do you want me to answer that, or do you want to re-ask it?
No, go ahead. We're pretty informal here.
I think it asked if we sell on eBay. So we do. We pretty much, I think, since we started from the very beginning, all of our pipes and accessories you will see on the website, and you'll also see those on Amazon and eBay. So the only thing we can't sell on Amazon and eBay is tobacco. And we treat everything the same, no matter where you buy from us, whether it's from the website, whether it's from Amazon and eBay. You get the return policy, the customer service, and everything else. The only thing I throw out is if you do buy from the website directly, there's usually more options for, like, if we run a sale, we can't do it on Amazon and eBay because of the fees that they take for conducting business. So usually there's just better deals overall directly from the website, but we do sell on Amazon and eBay.
Hi there. I just want to give a shout out to, my name is Miguel from Canada, British Columbia.
Okay.
I just want to give a shout out to Ben and the team. You guys are the epitome of a small business being successful at taking care of your customer. I bought a couple of pipes from you guys. I got both of my L-Tang Basic from you guys, one from eBay and one from your store.
Yep.
And I just want to let everybody know how impressed I am with regards to customer service that these guys provided. It's always nice to support small business, but this guy operates a small business and the customer service is unbelievable. I just want to mention that. Again, representing Canada. Thank very much.
Thank you so much for that.
So maybe I have no question for you, Ben, but I really appreciate our smooth transactions with all this stuff you did for us. So the support, and so I ask you, would you like to support our one year anniversary? And you will say, of course I'm in. And it was so smooth and so nice. And there was a reason why I picked you and your shop to be one of our partners in this case. And I really appreciate it. And it's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Ben, I have a question that's come over from YouTube.
Yeah.
This person asked, what are the quantities of bulk tobacco stored at Tobacco Pipes to maintain its condition while waiting customer orders?
So I guess it depends on which tobacco we're talking about. So if it's like 1Q, which is one of our Lane 1Q, which is one of our best sellers, it almost doesn't matter how much we keep in stock. It's always turning. So we could have anywhere from 3 to 10 to 15 cases, just depending on time of year. For the other blends, and I'm generally speaking, we try to hold around 5 to 30 pounds, depending. And that's all stored in the manufacturer's sealed bag, and then in some cases transferred over into Ziploc bags and then put into like a bin. Did I answer that correctly?
Yeah, I was trying to like withdraw so that other guys in the group could ask questions. So if you've got another question for Ben, I have another one here from YouTube, but I'm going to wait. So just hop in and ask Ben a question.
So here's one, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but I mean, and I've bought from you, I bought from Smoking Pipes. What is your relationship with some of your other competitors out there? How do you guys interact with what goes on?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's what I said before about, I don't know if it's because it's a smaller industry or what. I've never seen anything like it. Not even just bigger retailers with bigger retailers. I'm talking about everyone seems to have a really good relationship. And I guess I'm speaking from my own experience. We have a good relationship with everyone, or at least I think we do. If we have someone that calls, and we get calls all the time where like people mix up who they bought from. They think we're another retailer that someone, bought from. So we don't like say, oh, don't call or we can do this or we can do that. We go, no, absolutely. That's a great company. That's the kind of feeling that you get in the industry. And of course we're all competing, but there's just something unique about it. So there's no bad blood. There's a lot of support. We recently sent a lighter to another small business, and he had an issue with it, and we just took care of it. And he didn't have to say anything about it. Now he's a retailer. We're competing. He went on Instagram and tagged us and told all of his followers that if you're going to buy something, please buy it from tobaccopipes.com. A competing retailer. You don't see this, So it's unbelievable. So overall, the relationships are great. Everyone's friendly with everyone. And at least from my perspective, I haven't seen bad blood at all.
Also, I just want to say, you guys,
tobacco and cigar business, that competitors are often best friends, and very often they collaborate on different projects. Like cigars of one manufacturer sometimes made at the factory of his competitor, and so on. And it's like all over this industry. That's why this industry is so unique.
It absolutely is.
Beautiful. By the way, you guys over there, if you're going to bring chips, you have to bring enough for everybody. I'm just saying. Jump in with your questions if you've got more for Ben.
Hi, Ben. It's Silver.
Hey, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
I just wanted to shout out to tobaccopipes.com about how wonderful they were when I was first making pipes. They really promoted me and did interviews and were just so wonderful to work with. And I haven't sent you any pipes recently. I haven't been making many, so
okay.
don't count me out yet. But
Nope.
I just really enjoy everything that you guys represent and how wonderful and gracious you are.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And that's exactly what it is. Every person in the industry is like this. It's almost like going back in time to where like when it was, not that we're not in a friendly time these days, but I just feel like if you go back, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years, and when pipe smoking maybe was a little bit more popular, people are just friendlier. They're more considerate. They're more like, I've seen people raise money for other people. I've seen people stay at other people's houses versus staying at a hotel. I come in every day and check emails and voicemails. And do you know what a lot of them are? Not a lot, but they just called to just say thank you. That's it. Don't call me back. I don't need anything else. Just want to say thank you. I hope you have a great day. Those emails and phone calls come through. And I've been in retail with my own business and working for other people almost my whole life. That doesn't happen very often. That's very rare. This industry has more of that than I've ever seen. And that's motivating, and it feels good to be a part of that.
And that's also a big difference between small business and corporate business. Small businesses, their goal is to make customers happy. Big corporations, their goal is to make stockholders happy.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, go ahead.
I've also bought from you folks. Weren't you one of the point places when Sutliff was sending tobacco out to pipe clubs, and y'all were the ones who boxed it and sent it out for them?
Yeah, so that was, I believe, it might have been called Virtual Pipe Club or something along those lines.
Well, they did have something else where previously Sutliff used to send samples out to clubs directly, but then after a while, when that became regulatorily prohibited. You would pay a small token amount and then the stuff would get sent out. Wasn't it you folks that did that?
That was us. Yeah. And my business partner, Terry, worked directly with them. And yes, we were the ones that sent that out.
Well, I've got another good tobacco pipe story.
Okay.
I had signed up for that, and we had gotten the first couple of batches in, and then I got an email saying that something was wrong with my credit card. And I guess I had lost one or had one replaced. So I called and I said, yeah, here's my number. What happened? He said, I don't know. It didn't work for the last 2 shipments. And I said, well, gee, let me reimburse you for what you paid in postage for those last 2 shipments. And he refused. And that was amazing to me.
Yeah.
Y'all are just great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ben?
Like, for example, like, I know like everybody was complaining about pipes and cigars recently, or at least the last 2-3 years. And for me, about 5-6 years ago, one time I bought like I ordered Bayou Morning Flake. They made the mistake. They sent me the normal one. I called them, let them know, and say, hey, how do you want me to ship it back? To whom or what? And they say, nope, it's our mistake. You keep it. And they sent me this one within like 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that was with a different retailer than us?
Yeah, it was with pipes and cigars. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
In general, everybody's the same way.
For them, absolutely. And that's the thing, like, for the most part, if you have a bad experience, most of this industry wants to make it right. And that's what's great about it. And there's very, very little abuse I've seen of that. Like, a lot of times, people sometimes don't even want it. They want to pay for the shipping, or they want to pay for the additional, product or whatever it is. And yeah, most retailers take care of it. And that's what I've seen as a whole. And the other thing,
I got another one who, let's say, I remember I bought something on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Out of the blue on Monday, they have an offer. If you spend more than $100, you get this free pipe, which I didn't care much for, but without knowing, it came in the box.
Yep.
Even though I bought it like maybe 8 hours before.
And the other thing I say too, we're a small business, and some other retailers are bigger. Just from going from like 1 or 2 of us to like 8, 9 of us, just seeing what it's like to grow into a little bit of a bigger company is challenging, very challenging. It's very hard. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of things going on. I have so much respect for anyone that is way beyond us to get to where they're at, the dues that they've had to pay and the challenges and the things that they go through. I have so much respect for small business, big business, just anyone in general in business. It's a very hard thing to do.
Hey, Ben, I'd like to tell you that recently I ordered some of the Scudo that we got our 20% discount on.
Yes.
And I ordered it on March 8th. And 3 days later, it's at my house. And I'm all the way on the West Coast.
Wow.
So you might be a small business, but nobody compares to your shipping. Nobody.
Thank you. And if you could see us over here when we're shipping during the day, like it's like kind of like a fast pace through the beginning of the day. And then by the time our pickup's ready to come, we're like a bunch of ants just running around, like trying to get the packages out. It's probably our highest priority of our business is to get those packages out.
Are your people on roller skates?
They should be. And it's interesting because I'll as we walk through, I'll show you, where, not that it's exciting, but I'll show you the shipping desk and kind of where it goes out from and stuff like that. We're not in a big operation here. We're in 2 little retail units and just kind of hustling and making the best use of space that we can. And we just moved last year. We moved from half of this space that we had, so we were even tighter on space. When we used to get deliveries from UPS, we would have sometimes like the shipper couldn't move from his spot until we checked in the boxes because it just blocked the entire like walkway. That's how challenging it was for space.
Well, you're going to be big, really big someday. Be patient.
Thank you for the support.
We're going to get Ben to take us on a walking tour of the office there. But Ben, we got 2 comments that just came in. One said that he just ordered something from you on Thursday and it's already there. So he already got it today. That's pretty fast. And then another guy, this one is sad. He says, if you only ship to Washington State, I'd clear you out of everything.
I know. Trust me. Let me be clear. We want to ship there. It's just not advised and not legal. So that's the challenge.
Super. Well, you want to give us a tour?
Sure. All right, let's see. Okay, so kind of start from, this is our front door here. So we have 2 retail units side by side. So we treat this side as you first come in. This was supposed to be just office. We were not supposed to have any inventory over here, but that's not realistic anymore. So we have some pipe stands and butane, and we just added these shelves over here, which I don't know if you've seen on the site recently. We just started adding some I'll call it outside of the industry items like knives and gentlemen's products, beard oil, whiskey glasses, things like that. And then when you come in, we have like a customer service person that's right next to my desk here. And then my business partner's desk, kind of just sit side by side and talk all day. This is our photography room. Actually, I'll introduce you to the gym first. This is our pull-up bar and our jump rope. And this is our photography room. Pretty much every single item gets shot here. And while I'm doing this, any questions that come up, we could kind of just stop and answer.
I got an important one. Can you guys smoke at work?
We do. A little less since the move, because the landlord is not as keen as our other landlord on smoking in the building, but it does happen.
I'm jealous.
This is our writer's desk, and we have product coordinators here that add products to the website. Our manager's desk and all of his chaos. Our break room is over here. The guys like to come in here for their lunch and they play video games, part of our culture here. We've got, I think this is kind of not related, but pretty cool. This is a 2018 World Championship carving from a guy that did this by hand. And it's called Against All Odds, which kind of, for me, is symbolic of being in a small business. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Have you dressed up like a old man?
There it is.
Since the last time when the Dagners came to visit you?
I think I've done it. I think I've done it once or twice, man. I've done it at all over weddings, and I've got the guys here, and I think I've done it a few times. But the mask is
It's ridiculously convincing.
I know.
You would never know. You play the best old man.
Yeah, unfortunately, from pulling it on and off so many times, the neck is starting to rip. So I either have to get it repaired or not use it. But for some reason, I love doing that.
That's awesome. I love it.
This is one of the shippers' desks here, or actually, they share the same desk. We just have one side and the other. And then we have the warehouse area where when we moved over here, we were really blessed by having these garage doors, these bay doors, because at the other spot, if we had a semi truck come, we had to unload it by hand and bring it into a standard door, versus now we can just kind of throw a door up and receive orders, which makes a world of difference.
Hey, Ben, how many employees are there?
We are at 9 now. So it's a lot, but it's not a lot. It feels like a lot because when we were 2, it felt like we were drowning. And now not quite as much drowning, but it's nice to be able to have people doing dedicated things versus being pulled in like 50 different directions. And I think when we first took you on, I think there was 3 or 4 of us maybe.
There was a gal, and then
Yep.
you and your partner, and I think there was one other person.
Yeah, I think we might have had one other person at
Yeah.
that time. So
What
and
was
we've
that
had-
gal's name? She was so nice.
Yeah, her name was Rena.
Rena, that's right.
Yep. So she kind of went and started, which is great. She started her own business, and from what I understand, is doing really, really well. These are all the or some of the boxes here. A little overflow of inventory, not as organized as I'd like. And now we had the landlord add this door here to connect the next door unit, which is kind of the inventory side. And I'm sure you could tell if you've been on our site, our cigar selection is very, very, very minimal. For a while, we were operating just out of this one humidor here, which was slam packed and does not offer a lot of room for growth. So we kind of just took this room and we added in these humidity cannons here and a system that monitors it. So now this whole room can now turn into a entire cigar humidor. So will give us a lot of room to expand in cigars. This is kind of what was in that humidor that's on shelves now. And then,
not my favorite cigars there too.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, do you keep the pipes in a humid controlled environment as well?
The pipes are in here, and there's no humidity getting to them, or besides normal Florida humidity. So it's kind of just in this normal retail environment, which we keep around 70 degrees. So it's controlled. This is some of the, I don't know how much you guys can see. This is a lot of our bulk that we use to, organize. This is mostly Sutliff here. So we try to label it to make it easy to pull for orders. And we used to take a lot of our pipes that were in socks, and we used to like put a tag on it and put it in the bins and kind of dig through the bin for a while and try to find it. And then just recently, if you noticed, when they gave away the Nira pipe, it was in a tobaccopipes.com box. So what we figured out was, this is growing pains, was it was better to put the pipe in the box, label it, stack it, organize it, versus digging into these bins, which at one point we thought was how we were going to organize everything. So as you grow, you figure these things out, and they constantly change.
So,
and then,
Ben, do you have a storefront?
Yeah. So it's kind of confusing, I guess. So we're in a retail, and we've always been in a retail storefront, but we've never. Here, let me see if I can switch this one on. Let me do it like that. There we go. So we've always been in a side-by-side like retail storefront, but we've never really focused our business on retail walk-ins. That doesn't mean that we don't have them. We try to do it more of like a scheduled time, like come in, we give you dedicated time, come in with a list of products you want to see, we pull them, show them to you, but we don't have a lot of walk-in. And part of the reason for that too is being in Florida, there's a lot of challenges with Florida tobacco tax is very high. So in general in Florida, there's not a lot of brick and mortar shops offering pipe tobacco. So
I noticed that because I was down in Florida recently, and it's head shops, and I was looking for pipe tobacco and I couldn't find any. Nope. It was kind of disappointing, actually.
Yeah, it's dominated by head shops, and actually cigar does pretty well. Cigar shops do pretty well here because the tax is 0% for cigars. And you want to take a guess what it is for pipe tobacco in Florida?
I hate to guess because I've talked to some people about it, and it's just like ridiculous what they have to do to go to pipe tobacco.
Yeah, 85% to the
Yeah,
state.
even in my own area.
Why are
Oh.
cigars zero then? I mean, that's crazy.
You know, I don't know the exact reason, but I would, you know, cigars have a long history here. And I think they might have done some lobbying, or I don't know exactly, but they've been favored here for a long time. And I just think they may not want any other competition, or I don't know. There's big industry with cigar, just nothing with pipe tobacco. So it's, it's an uphill battle with that type of tax rate. And a lot of times people walk in and we mention the Florida tax rate and it scares them away a lot of times. So just the walk-in business is not necessarily a winning business here.
Shame there's not more Cuban pipe smokers, I guess.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna flip back around here. So on this the one side when I first walked in, that's pretty much all pipe tobacco, for the most part, Sutliff. And then on this side, we have all kinds of accessories, most of our accessories. And we try to list it alphabetically, so when we're pulling it, it makes it somewhat easy. And then we're gonna loop around here. And now we're gonna go into pipes. So this is gonna be just rows of pipes.
I already fed him.
So you've probably quadrupled in size. I remember, from the previous videos years ago, you just had the storefront was 2 rows and then the end rows.
Yeah, we had 2 back-to-back rows, and then we had a little office and a back area. So I mean, our square footage over there was, I think, 1,600, and over here I think is 3,800. So yeah, we've doubled it, a little bit more than doubled, or maybe quadrupled.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The advantage here was our old building was very old, and the ceiling was only like 6 feet, 7. So these shelves, we were able to add a whole nother level to the shelf and stack higher. Because that's always been our thing. Efficiency is so important, for us. We are not able to just go and rent a huge place, so we always had to be very careful with our space. That's pretty much all pipes on that side. And then pipes down here, and then tobacco is going to start over here. So we're just going to have just stacked as best as we can.
Nice.
And a lot of times we try to put them in like boxes to keep them from falling. Because sometimes if a shelf gets, knocked too hard, they'll all fall over.
What's your favorite tobacco, Ben?
In spirit of what Per was talking about, the HH Pure Virginia and the Amphora, which is very similar, is probably one of my go-tos. So when I first started, I drifted to aromatics, I think like most new smokers do. And then after aromatics, I kind of figured out I really liked English blends. And I didn't really like Virginia blends at first. And then all of a sudden one day I tried that Amphora blend when it first came out. And I said, okay, I understand now, I like it. So it's mostly Virginia, sometimes English, and occasionally I'll go back to some aromatics just because it's where I started and I like it. But mostly Virginia. All right, let's see. So we got all tobacco here.
Well, I see some Peter Heinrichs here. You have
yes.
Some.
Am I going too fast? I don't know what you can see or not, but yeah, we do have some. Looks like dark.
This week, do you have the curly block?
I was just going to ask the same thing.
Which one?
The curly block. The uncut version of the Navy rolls.
I have special curly, but I don't know about the curly block.
It's a giant, it looks like a log. It's like a 250 gram log of basically a Scudo almost.
Is
You would
that
know, you would
is that
know it if you had it.
Yeah, no, is that available in the USA market?
It's real hard to come by. I've even had trouble. I've been looking around in Europe to try to, ascertain something I haven't. But
Yeah, I'll
if
have
you
to.
can, if you can get it, it'll go fast. I can assure you that.
Yeah, I'll have to check. And my email is super easy. It's Ben, BEN at tobaccopipes.com. If there's ever something that you guys want us to carry, something that you want to see improve, or a cigar or tobacco or a complaint, because we don't just need positive. We also need like, hey man, the website's not really working great when I add this here or do this. We're open to all of that. Recommendations, products you'd like to see, any of that stuff. And that's kind of where, like, even randomly started adding knives to the site. Someone asked, they said, do you have knives? And we were like, a lot of pipe smokers do carry knives. That makes sense.
I know one thing. I don't know if there's any American distributors of. I just placed a big order from Germany, but the HU line of tobaccos, which they have phenomenal tobaccos.
Yeah.
But
we've looked at it and talked to them a few times, and after FDA, FDA killed all of that. At least for us, we just couldn't see being able to bring that in under the new guidelines.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's because the business is too small. It's a one-man company. So there is no chance to getting HU tobaccos directly to the US. You have to go to the official dealer in Germany, which is the Pipe Depot or Pfeifen Depot in Hamburg. I sent you a message, Michael, if you're interested in.
Yeah, I was on them. I actually just placed a big order from Estervols last night, actually.
So do they ship directly to the US? Because I think I've heard that they do that.
They do, yeah. I mean, it's not cheap. It was like $70 shipping, but I ordered probably, oh God, I don't know. I mean, a lot, probably about, 35 different tins, I guess.
Yep. This is the just the last little bit here. C&D. And then we have just a little overstock. Nothing too exciting, but this is our world.
Dude, I am impressed as hell about the amount of inventory that you are moving. That's more than a success story of a small business. That's terrific.
Yeah, it's been good, I mean, and slow and steady. And you asked before about the upside and the downsides. Some of the downsides on the business side came when we, anytime we got a little distracted by like an example would be in 2016 when FDA started really cracking down and there was a lot of fear in the industry. We were, being in e-commerce, we said, maybe we should have another type of e-commerce site to balance out some risk and start doing something else. We wanted to insulate our company, ourselves, our employees. We wanted something else because if FDA's, knife came down and chopped off tobacco because we didn't know where it was headed. And when we tried to do those other things outside of what we had already established, it kind of distracted us a little bit and didn't push us in a good direction. So that's an example of like the business side of, if you want to do something, if you have an idea or you're trying to do something, execute that 100% and stay focused on it, because every time we stayed focused on this business, it always did well and had a return and paid dividends. Anytime we distracted or looked away, it didn't do well for us. So I guess just as a simple small businessman, that would be a little piece of advice.
That is great advice. I'm a small businessman myself, and I can tell you we've been tempted. That's sort of a disease among entrepreneurs. Like, what else could I do? And especially when you get to a size where you start to think about risk. How do I offset risk in some ways? But it's never a really good idea.
No, the risk in itself is distracting yourself away and trying to, juggle too many things at one time. That's the actual risk that you don't realize. And I'm also just speaking from my experience. There's probably other people that can do it well and do it well. I just haven't seen it ever really work.
Ben, I'll shoot you an email, but this is what the curly block looks like. It's a giant roll of uncut coin, like a Scudo, basically.
Yeah, and it's a vapor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sexy.
It's awesome.
My dog gives me that every day.
Hey, Ben, when
And you scoop it up in a plastic bag.
Yes.
Yeah, that's called Labrador, man.
I got
Tapered at the ends.
we got a great question over here on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, like Silver, coming to play some pipes with you, what is your process for taking on a new carver?
Boy, it is definitely not a science. It's completely an art. I think for me, a lot of times, operating the way I have, I've tried to fine tune intuition, if that makes sense, and a gut feeling. So if I feel like there's a few things, someone's serious about the craft, they're serious about not just making the product, but also having a little bit of a marketing side. They want to market themselves. They want to make a great product. And I think there's some staying power. I think those are the things that I look for. But there's nothing that is exact in that process. You know how, like, just if you meet someone and you just know if you have a good feeling or you like them, I guess, not that you would dislike them, but it's an intuition, I guess, is all I could say.
Well, every time we have a guest speaker, we got to have him back again because there's too much more that we want to ask. But like Per, Ben agreed that he would help us give away some of these pipes. And by the way, just to be repeating myself, all these pipes came from tobaccopipes.com. They had a great inventory that we had to select from, and we wiped them out of a few items on their inventory. So you may not be able to get them again. I'm just going to say that because it makes it sound more interesting.
Yeah.
But you're going to get them here. So I'm going to show off some more pipes, and we're going to give some away. And like we did last time, Oliver, are you set? Oliver's got the random number generator. Jürgen, are you set with your side there?
I'm ready.
Okay, so Ben, here's how it's going to go.
Yep.
I'm going to show off the pipe. Then Oliver will do the random generator, send the number over to Jürgen. Jürgen will send it to you in your private chat. So watch your chat box. And then you'll announce who is the winner.
Okay, and that's going to come through the app?
It's going to come through the app, yeah, just in your chat. And so Jürgen will say, look at your chat now.
Okay.
So here.
So here's one thing I have to explain. When this little piece of stupid software picked the same number twice, it makes no sense. So every ticket has only one chance to win something. Just to be clear.
Okay, so here is a pipe that's so long I have to move it horizontally across. This is a Fowen, and it is the one, I think it's the only one we've got, Church Warden. So this is another beautiful grain pipe there. Carbonized bowl. Very simple but elegant. A simple yet elegant pipe. And it comes with a second stem so that if you want to make it a little bit less cumbersome, you can change it out there. All right.
All right.
Oliver?
Let's pick the number. And the number is 127.
So while Jürgen is finding that person's name.
The drilling on that is spot on.
What was that, Emir?
I'm saying the drilling on the church warden was spot on.
It really is very nice, yeah.
So I have a direct message. Should I announce it?
Yes.
Looks like Mike Rizzo.
Mike, congrats.
That's awesome.
Congrats, Mike.
Awesome.
All right. Whoa. Almost knocked over the pipe cam there. All right, Mike Rizzo, congratulations. Mike, are you in the house today?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there we go, Mike.
Congratulations,
I don't have a church warden too, so that's awesome.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
I love that. Okay, here is a non-pipe item, but it's still something that I think will be something you're going to really appreciate. Do I have one? Oh.
Whoa.
I was trying to get a drum roll, but I guess I don't really have a good drum roll. Here is, oh, this is the nice one. So these are I Am Corona Old Boys, and this is the one with all of the pipe shapes on it. Brushed chrome finish, still in the plastic package there. All right, Oliver.
29.
Number 29. Oh, it's got more on the back as well. This is beautiful.
And the winner is James Watson.
Congrats, James.
Congrats, James.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Congrats, James.
If
Awesome.
if any of you guys who are winning these things are not in the Zoom room, but you're over there on Facebook or YouTube, let us know so that we can congratulate you and we can be jealous. Okay. Another Chacombe, another rooster. And, ooh, this just feels really good. Oh, a monster. A monster of a pipe.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
This is an all day, all afternoon smoker. This is pick up a book and tell everybody to go away and leave you alone.
And the lucky number is 49.
49 for this beautiful Chacombe. I suppose I could put my glasses on so that I can read. This is a king size
1202.
1202. 1202. And let me know when you have the lucky winner.
There it is. Randall Arnett.
Oh, Randall.
Oh, congrats,
Congrats to
Randall.
Canada.
Congrats, Randall.
Hey, congrats.
I seriously feel like Oprah. It's like, and you get a pipe, and you get a pipe. This is fantastic. All right. The next one, coming out of the box here, is a Mastro de Paja.
Ooh.
From Italy. Ooh, leather pouch. And I think this one is going to be another mind blower here. This one.
Oh.
That's another king size pipe there. This is a
beautiful pipe. Really pretty.
Let's go.
Yes, has very nice gold, I guess, accents there. Another spigot mount. Oliver?
Here we go. Next number is 85.
Beautiful rustication and then partially smooth. Some rustication and smoothing on the top of the bowl there.
Tim is drooling.
All right, this one says Ben Atzenat. Who's that?
You're out.
Timothy Heineck.
Oh my God, you kidding me?
Congratulations,
oh my God.
Tim.
Oh man,
Excellent.
thank you. That is
I'll be damned.
that is a beautiful pipe. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. That is so. I'm looking at that and saying, oh my God, I want that, and here it happens. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, guys.
Congrats, Tim.
Thank you so much. That is a beauty. I can't wait to get that one.
Congratulations, Tim.
Very nice.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
Ben and everybody that put this together. That's a beautiful pipe. That's gorgeous.
Very welcome.
Thank you
Perfect.
so much. I am so
Congrats.
psyched. So psyched. That is gorgeous. I
Tim,
love
I'm so glad you won one. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
like
same here.
188 people bought
to meet
tickets, and I wish every one of them could win one. I honestly do. I wish we could do that magically somehow. But Tim, I'm really glad you got one of these. This is fantastic.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a big Peterson fan, a big spigot fan, and you know what? That's a beautiful spigot work on that pipe. That is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to get it. So excited.
Tim. Well deserved.
Thank you so much.
All right, here's the next. Here's a Norden
liked it.
in the Tobacco Pipes specialty box. And this is, I'm just picking all the giant pipes here. Oliver?
Yes. 92 is a lucky number.
Number 92. This is, I think this is it's called a Nording Silver because it has all of the, maybe it's on the box. A double silver.
Sterling silver band.
Yep. This is called the Nording Double Silver. It has these two double, and there's quite a bit of scroll work and intricate detail on these bands as well. So it's not just a plain silver band.
Amazing.
Incredible grain on this.
Amazing pipe.
Just
That's
incredible.
plateau on the top too.
You could smoke a lot of Virginias in here because the walls are really thick. So you could just puff away and heat up that pipe and it would handle it.
So that is going to Alvin Miller.
Oh, okay. All right.
Congrats, Alvin. Congrats, Alvin.
Yeah.
Congrats, Alvin.
Congrats. All right. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Thank
you, Oliver.
Next, we have another Brevia here. And the last one was so impressive. Let's see, I forgot what this one looks like. Ooh. Wow.
Oh, good.
Nice little tomato, bent tomato.
Oh, gorgeous pipe.
Oliver?
32 is a lucky number.
number 32. This is a very thick stem here, but just beautifully carved. Beautiful mouthpiece in there. Oh, there we go. You don't want to see my face. You want to see this stuff here.
Nice. It's really nice.
All right, beautiful staining on this. Just really elegant. This is a pipe to take when you want to go impress people.
Oh, big time, big time.
Absolutely.
Some nice bird's eye right here.
You can dress for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to wear a tie to smoke this pipe.
You're right.
Yeah.
The question is, David, do you smoke your pipes with gloves?
Only when I'm being the hand model.
How many Chris's are in the group?
How many Chris's do we have?
Yeah, so it's Christopher Plumridge. If I read that right. That's
Oh, hey, yep, that's me. Oh,
that right?
beautiful.
There we go.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Chris, now you have a reason to drag some of those suits out of the closet. Right?
I said, get the tie out now.
That's right. I was wondering if
There you go.
our friend Aaron from Hawaii was here, because in Hawaii, I used to live in Hawaii. Hawaii, dressing formal means that you actually put socks on. So that's all the formal gets. Okay, I have to start a second pile here, so that we have a lot more pipes to give away, friends. Don't go away. You'll want to see all of these because these are all just beautiful.
I'm waiting.
Here is something that doesn't have a tag on it, so I don't know what it is yet. Oh, this is a special pipe that was a bonus that the guys from tobaccopipes.com sent us. And this is a meerschaum. So any meerschaum lovers, and look at this meerschaum. This is a Rattray, if I believe. Yeah, it's a Rattray.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I feel all right with that.
I've never seen one quite
love
like this
that.
before.
That is
Really nice. Really nice.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oliver?
I like the patina.
Lucky number 130.
134.
Show that up again, would you please? I got it.
134.
Okay. My camera keeps doing that weird thing unless somebody talks. So we've got a beautiful stamped inlay
Gorgeous.
here on the logo, the Rattray's logo here. A lot of
that's gorgeous.
carving all over
beautiful.
the bowl.
That's beautiful.
I know you love your meerschaums, don't you?
Oh, I love meerschaum.
I know you do.
That is going to Lansing Warner.
Ooh, congrats, Lansing.
Congratulations.
Is Lansing in the house there?
Congrats, Lansing.
I think we have one more meerschaum somewhere, so hold on. There's more coming.
Good. Another giveaway.
Okay. Here we go. So Peterson.
Ooh, Peterson. Oh, I have five.
In the traditional Peterson green.
Leather.
Velvet.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go with a spigot mount here, a military mount, I guess.
That is nice.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oliver?
Is that a
Lucky
peeler?
Tim, how many raffle tickets did you bought?
How many did I buy? I bought 2. I have 8 spigots. They don't suck.
Here's a lucky number.
I know someone who got one who loves it.
Here's a lucky number for the spigot. 131.
131.
131.
All right, who is it? Drum roll, please.
This is,
We see some fine craftsmanship there.
yes.
Indeed, Tim, indeed.
Some fine craftsmanship, man.
I actually know a guy who bought one of those. All Brian Up actually bought one of those. He loves it.
It's a great pipe.
Tim,
It
stop
is.
drooling.
And that is going to, I just forgot the name, Joseph Milestone.
Woohoo!
Congrats, Joseph.
Congratulations, Joseph. That's a great smoker. I have a bunch of Petersons in there, all great smokers.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
can't go wrong.
Here we've got another Corona Old Boy.
Oh, which one is this one?
This one is, another, doesn't have the pipes carved on it, but it is the brushed silver, brushed chrome, I guess.
Oh, gorgeous.
Beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Lucky number 122.
102.
Very, very traditional, old style action up here on the top. This is a great lighter.
Oh, I have one, so I know that is a great lighter.
Do we have a winner?
And the winner is
Here we go. Thomas Scott.
Oh, congrats, Thomas. Oh, congrats, Thomas.
I don't know who's more excited, you guys or me.
I think we all are. We all are, David. We all are.
All right, here's another Savinelli. I love Savinellis.
I've never seen a giveaway like this before. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I got it.
That's fantastic.
Whoever picked out the pipes did a great job.
This was
Indeed, Tim, indeed.
me and Oliver sat down and went through their entire inventory and picked out the ones that we thought.
Nice poker. Oh, gorgeous poker. That's a gorgeous poker there, Dave.
169 is a lucky winner.
All right, number 169.
If I could throw a little bit more
Drum
light
roll, please.
on this. Really beautiful staining here.
Oh, that's gorgeous poker.
This is a Savinelli Roma poker.
Fantastic. 310
Oh, gorgeous.
or 311.
That is a gorgeous poker.
That is a 311. Yes, sir. You got it.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
Wonderful.
That one is going to Steven Spent.
Steven Spent.
Hey, fantastic, guys. I'm ecstatic. I love it. I love it. I've got
Congratulations.
Thank
You go,
you.
man.
I've got a Fantasia Savinelli poker. Love it. Glad to add that to my collection. And Ben, you'll be happy to know I just ordered a Peterson tankard and a P-lip from your website during this meeting, just because I wanted to be sure I had a pipe coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now you got two. Now you have
Appreciate
two.
I do. Thanks, everybody.
Now you
That's
have
great.
two, Stephen. Now you have two, Stephen.
All right, here's another near up.
Oh,
But it's a P. Jensen
Jensen.
near up. Oops, this went in the bag the wrong way last time.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This is
Oh,
a
beautiful.
giant bent brandy here that
Oh, gorgeous.
and amazing. Oliver, who's the
140. 140.
140.
140. And notice this really beautiful little detail on the band here.
Oh, yeah.
that really
That's
offsets
perfect. That's beautiful.
all the rest of the.
That's beautiful.
This grain is so wonderful. It looks like it was painted on there.
It does. It does. It does.
Little fireworks on the bottom there.
That would be
Wow.
That is
All
going
right.
to,
Who's our winner, Ben?
That's going to Joseph Burr.
Congrats, Joseph.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Joe.
Congratulations.
That is a gorgeous pipe.
Once again, what I wanted just to say to the guys who are, because we've got another 70 people over there on YouTube watching. If you're one of the winners, please let us know so we can, crow about you.
Yeah. We got some gorgeous pipes there, David.
As always, I can't take 100% credit. Oliver and I sat down. We went through the entire inventory on the tobaccopipes.com website, like one by one. We literally threw up look at all of them, and one by one, we went through all, 300 pipes, whatever they got up there, and picked out the ones that are in this selection. So Oliver and I...
You picked out some amazing pipes there, David.
And sometimes Oliver, I would pick out a pipe. I said, "What do you think of this one?" And Oliver would just shake his head. He's like, "No."
But hey,
Here we go.
guys
Another
picked out some
Peterson.
amazing pipes.
Another
You guys
Pe-
have picked up some amazing pipes there, guys. All right, Peterson.
Okay, another
which one?
Peterson. And this one is
Whoa.
Oh,
that's
another
killer.
Spigot. Another spigot.
another
Oh,
spigot.
gorgeous.
Beautiful
Gorgeous.
bird's eye grain
That's
on
beautiful.
That
Really
Oh,
nice.
that's gorgeous.
Number
is amazing.
76. Number 76.
All right, who's 76?
that. This is a system pipe also.
Drum roll, please.
System pipe with a P-lip. So
Oh,
I love
nice.
those P-lips.
this is old
Great
school, my
I have
friends.
one, but they're
Military mount, system pipe, P-lip. You can't get much more classic than this.
All
Perfect.
right. All right, Ben, who's the winner?
It looks like it's going to James Watson.
Wow.
Perfect,
Congrats,
James.
Congratulations, James.
Hey, woohoo.
Congratulations, James.
I think he's a double winner.
Congratulations, James.
He bought a lot of tickets, by the way.
He must have.
Oh, yeah.
He must have, indeed.
All right. Give me a second here to grab the next pipe.
Better than the next one, huh, David?
Okay. The next pipe up. Since we're on a good roll, let's roll out another Peterson.
Ooh.
Whoa.
As you can see, we've tried to give a pretty good selection of Petersons. Oh, I think I know which one this one is.
Oh, well, let's see.
Drum roll, please.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, gorgeous
408
pipe.
or 406.
Oh, that's a gorgeous
This is a
pipe.
408.
Oh, man,
Really
that's
pretty.
gorgeous.
That is a new grain spigot.
That
That's a
is
beautiful
beautiful.
finish on that pipe.
Love that stem too.
And being used to spigot too again.
Oliver?
Lucky number is 141.
141.
Who's number 141?
Now look at that stem there. That is.
Oh, that's
That number
gorgeous.
now, that would be
I want to light it up a little bit better because I don't think you can see it the way I see it here. This is just
No,
amazing.
we see it good there, my Dave. Oh, that's gorgeous. All right, who's our winner?
All right, that's going to Thomas Scott.
Wait,
that's
Thomas.
Wow. Woohoo!
That's 3?
Nice. Well, Thomas has won 3 times already today.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called a raffle. Right? So we're going to do, this isn't the last time we're going to do a raffle, guys. This is going so great. I want to do this again. buy tickets. I'm just saying, you know. Oh,
Can't win if you don't play.
that's right.
What's next there, David?
One more
What do
of
we
these
got next?
Corona old boys here. I'll just take this out.
Old boy letter. Okay.
Ooh, this is the one I wanted. In the brushed black, all black finish here.
Oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
That is really nice.
That is beautiful.
The winner is 82.
82.
Number 82. Woohoo! Indeed.
One of our somebody watching over there on Facebook says, "Oh my word, I know, right?"
Oh, I have one. I would love another.
So the winner
It
is
has a tamper in the foot, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Who's our winner there, Ben?
the winner is Hamoud Al Hamoud.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
Hamoud!
Congratulations,
Very nice.
Hamoud.
Very nice.
Thank you. Congrats, Hamoud.
Good job.
Congrats, Hamoud.
Clever lights up. Thank you.
Oh,
you're in
Hey.
there he is.
Way to go. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Here's a
That's a great
7
lighter.
Oh,
I have
he's
one,
peeking out of the box
great
here.
Lighter.
Thank
That
you,
is a
guys.
great lighter. What do we got there, David?
Oh,
A 7 Bing's favorite with a red stem.
that's gorgeous.
Oh, that's
I've never
gorgeous.
seen one like that. That's nice.
I've
Really
not seen one like that either.
Oliver?
Not from no,
92 is the winner. 92.
92.
That's the one you
Somebody's
want.
gonna smoke Hunter Bookshop in that.
This is
Look, anything in that.
nice sandblast on here.
Oh, you
Long.
can smoke just. That'd be a great Virginia smoker too.
Yes, it would.
Yes,
Look
that's tall.
That would be perfect for some great vapors and Virginias.
That doesn't
All
look
right,
like
who's
very well.
All
so
right, looks like we've got John Torfey, if I pronounce that right.
Oh, congrats, John.
That's me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks
Very nice,
for putting
John.
this together,
John.
guys.
You got a
Thanks for
gorgeous
putting this
John,
together.
John. You
Thank
got a
you.
great pipe there, John.
That's beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
By the way, I just wanted to show this is not a pipe we're giving away. This is what comes with every pipe that we're giving away. So a beautiful little pipe sock for your pipes, a reamer, a check tool, and prophylactic. Oh, and
Oh, nice.
and some right.
Little pipe dental dam.
That's exactly right. If
That's gorgeous.
I'm rethinking everything now.
No 9mm adapters.
what was that, David?
No 9mm
9mm.
adapters.
Oh no, unfortunately,
Come on, David.
6 or nothing.
not this time around. All right, so we have 5 more pipes to go.
All right. So what do we got left there, David?
All right, so what have we not opened up? Here's another Chacombe.
All right.
Comes with a tablecloth, apparently. Oops.
David,
There we go.
Your camera.
Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous bag there, David.
I don't see that.
Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Oh.
Here's the number. It's the number 14.
Oh,
What's the number?
gorgeous.
14.
Can we see that pipe again, David?
There you are, sir.
Oh, gorgeous. That's who's that?
This is a Chacombe.
Oh,
That's a reverse calabash.
beautiful.
It's a reverse
Well,
calabash.
that's beautiful.
Trying to remember
That's gorgeous.
all the things. This is another one that
That's a reverse calabash.
I think I'm going to have
That's
to
gorgeous.
order one of these for myself. This is a shape I really love.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Like an apple calabash. Oh, that's gorgeous. All right.
Do we have a winner?
Oliver, what's our number, Oliver?
14.
14. Drum roll, please.
Oh man.
All right. Let's see who's the winner there.
Ben, do we have a winner?
I don't think I saw it come through. Let me check here. Oh yeah, I did. Looks like it is Phil Orr.
Hey.
Congrats, Phil. Congrats, Phil. Congrats,
to
Phil.
Scotland.
That's an amazing fight.
Yeah, beauty.
Yeah.
Get in there. Thank you very much.
The best, Phil.
Hey, Phil, very nice.
Cheers, guys.
Terrific.
A reverse calabash. That's gorgeous.
He only smokes falcons.
That's right. That's right.
Now, David.
Here's another Savinelli. It's another Bing's favorite. We got two of them because
That's the one.
Oh,
and
gorgeous.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why we got two of them. Because Oliver said nobody's going to like a red stem.
Oh, please.
Quite correct.
I love a red. I love a red stem.
Oliver, what's our number there, buddy?
22 is the lucky number. 22.
So here we have a version with a sort of light Cumberland stem on this Bing's favorite.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, these are
Gorgeous.
really sweet
That
little
is
pipes to have in your
gorgeous.
collection.
That is beautiful. That is gorgeous. Wow.
Hey, try the new 6mm charcoal filters in those Bing's favorites. They smoke fantastic.
Really?
That was my experience with mine.
All right, I've got the winner here. Let's see, it's going to Cheramutai Haran. Sorry if I'm butchering names over here.
Jaramutai, wherever you may be, congratulations. I hope that you enjoy it.
Indeed.
Again, we will be getting in touch with everybody about how to get it shipped to you and all that stuff. All right.
What's left?
Another Savinelli.
Another Savinelli. All right.
Italian excellence.
Indeed.
And here we have, look at this. Oh,
gorgeous.
a Tortuga.
Tortuga. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous.
Really beautiful.
Oliver, just yell it out.
155.
All right, Oliver, who's
It's
the
a lucky
winner there,
number.
Oliver?
Number 155.
155.
So we obviously have an acrylic stem done in the Tortuga style, meaning tortoise shell.
Oh, good. And the top, too.
Beautiful
And the top
billiard
is the same
stack
style,
right
too.
there with the Tortuga cap there. What Per said, this is a wife pleaser.
Oh, yeah.
Per knows his,
Indeed.
he knows his stuff.
Indeed.
All right,
Gorgeous,
looks like
gorgeous
it's going to
sandblast on that.
Stuart.
Say it again, Ben, please.
Stuart Whelan.
Oh,
Stuart Whelan.
Perfect.
Beauty.
Hey,
Stuart.
Hey. You got a great fight.
Congrats, Stuart.
Lovely.
That's great.
That's a great fight there, Stuart.
All right, one more pipe to go here. One more pipe. And this is another Nording.
All right.
And here we go.
Oh,
Nice.
that's beautiful. Wow.
So
That is.
this is a
that
Nording
beautiful.
freehand. Wow, look at that.
Oh,
Oliver?
wow. That's gorgeous.
Oliver, just yell it out.
107 is a lucky number. 107.
107.
107. So
Man, that's beautiful. That's beauty. That's a beauty.
another good one for your Virginias, I think. Nice thick walls here.
Because for Virginias and vapors too.
Pretty deep bowl there. So you could really,
You can smoke vapors and Virginias in that pipe
yes, sir.
easily.
That is going to
Oh,
James
yeah.
Watson.
Oh, of course.
Oh, James Watson, congrats. Woohoo!
Congratulations, James.
Congrats, James.
James
Congrats,
Watson, a
James.
great pipe.
All right. And then we have one last thing here. Give me a second. One more thing, and that is another Corona Old Boy. We
Okay.
had a bunch of these. We bought 4 of these, and this is another black brushed. No, I take that back. Oh my gosh! Look at this.
God is right.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Wow. That is gorgeous.
This is again. You're gonna have to dress up to put this in your pocket, and
I got the first finish of that.
A James
So,
Bond lighter.
Oliver.
Number
Oh,
80
yeah.
for the gold lighter. Number 80 for the gold lighter.
Number 80.
Justin said. Justin, was that you said this is a James Bond lighter?
Yeah.
Totally.
yeah.
Absolutely. This is
Let me
really.
light up my pipe, Money Penny.
Yeah, that's right. Money Penny, would you light this for me? Yes.
All right. That is going to Tim. I think it's Hummer.
Tim Hummer.
Hey, that's me. Thank you very much.
Congrats, Tim.
Congrats, Tim.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
Thank you.
Tim.
Congrats, Tim.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got a great
Very,
lighter there,
very nice. All right.
Great
Well,
lighter.
what do you guys think about the raffle?
Oh my God, it's killer.
It's
Yeah, this is
awesome.
awesome.
Hey,
Let's do it
This is
again next
great.
month.
You want to? Should we do it again? Want to do this again sometime?
Every meeting.
I'll do it again.
ASAP.
I'll
Hey.
have every meeting. Would be
ASAP.
nice.
ASAP. It says, we're gonna do that.
What's left
Can I
there,
get a big round of applause for everybody with the?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's one more, isn't there?
I think there's one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There is. There's one more. Holy cow!
Come on, David. Let's go.
Yeah, were you
David.
trying to hide something there?
No, that's
This is Roy Costello.
Oh,
DDR was trying to
okay.
increase his
We
holdings.
got one more. there,
Embezzlement.
David.
Yeah, that's why they call it a raffle, remember?
That's right.
We got one
Oh,
more there, David.
so
That's pretty simple. That's pretty simple. It's number 1. It's my name.
Oh, that one is gonna be gorgeous.
this is the one that Mike
That's
from
just
Mike
fellow.
Blukler said that we should just send it right to him. He said so.
It's
Oh,
nice.
no.
Wow.
Oliver, what's the number?
Fellow.
Oops. Oliver,
44.
44.
44.
number 44.
And I'm feeling the pressure here.
Oh, Ben, you have no fuss with that, Ben.
Hey, Ben, don't you have a few more of those you can sell? That'll take the pressure off.
Sure.
This is a
Patrick, would you say it?
this is a Costello Sea Rock quadruple K KKKK.
Oh, that's a gorgeous Costello.
Yes.
That you're right. That would be probably a blues pipe. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
This is also
That definitely probably a blues.
military mount, and Mike said that he recognizes the coloring of the briar in the bowl. He said this is going to add, if you smoke Virginias in here, it'll be sweet as honey.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
He knows his
How with that?
And Mike knows his Costellos.
Ben, do we have a winner?
Who's the winner there? Then? Drum roll, please.
Ben has left the building because he wants to take the pipe home himself.
Yeah, I got to get home, guys.
No. Oh, no. Who's the winner there?
Who you got, Oliver?
Come on. All right, Oliver. Who's the winner?
Maybe this should be a community pipe, and everyone gets it 1 week at a time.
Now, Ben.
I'm here.
I got that. That's gonna be
Rash of COVID spreads across.
Yeah, we have 2,000 members. I don't know that I'd want the pipe by the time it came to me, you know.
Oh, that's a
COVID
that's a
through the
good pipe.
VPC.
Yeah.
All right. Who's the winner there, boys?
Sent to me. Let me see.
PDR.
Oh, no, he's not. He's not in the raffle. DDR's not in the raffle, so he can't
The same
win.
as me. The same as me. So.
All
Yeah, you're
right,
going
Oliver,
under.
what's our number there, Oliver? What's our
Yours?
number for that
44.
for the last fight?
44 is the number.
44 is the number.
Oh my.
44.
Disappeared.
I'm a quiver with anticipation.
All right, who's got that?
This is stressful.
Yeah, I'm stressed.
It is there. It is stressful.
Jürgen is choosing his favorite friend.
Yeah, that's what
Oh, now.
No, if this was television, we'd say this is sweeps week, so we're going to draw it out as far as possible.
Yeah, it's doing something
We
German
are
to
throwing
German.
it out there, David. We are throwing it out.
All right, I got the name.
Oh, he's got it.
All right. John Sorelli.
Oh, John.
Wow.
Sorelli.
Congratulations,
John Sorelli,
Congrats.
Congratulations,
Congratulations,
John.
you are the new owner of a beautiful Costello Sea Rock quadruple K, and I'm so happy.
Indeed.
This is really wonderful.
Indeed.
This is really wonderful.
Wow.
Well done, guys.
Ben, I just have one other question, if you don't mind, before we take off. I know we're a little bit over time and got to start shooting people out, but I just want to know.
Yeah.
What in the hell is this?
I wish I had something witty to say, but it's just just a little, like, you know, they make stress balls and things like that. That's it. It's just a stress ball made into the shape of a pipe. And we weren't really sure how this was going to go over, but we just wanted to include something with orders that were different, you know?
Let's see it.
That
We
looks
couldn't
like
see it when PDR showed it.
Indeed.
Yeah. So Ben, send us about 150 of them, so everybody's going to get one. So
You got it. I mean, so honestly, is this cool or is it stupid?
No,
That's cool. Let's see it.
I don't know. I have to have it in hand.
On the money.
It's kind of weird.
On the money.
Thanks, Silver.
Right?
There you go.
It's weird, but it's
Twice the
not.
reason.
It would be better if it was like an eraser. You know, if it was a big.
Good one.
As far as promotional products go, I think maybe you could go in another direction. I don't, just
I
saying.
agree 100%. But I figured if it was on someone's desk,
No, it's definitely, because that's what promotional products are for, is for somebody to walk by and go, what the fuck is that?
Exactly.
So,
I guess it worked.
all right.
Hey,
All right.
you did
So,
well, David.
so first of all, I want to say, so Dr. Roderberg over there, Moog is over there on YouTube, and he says the stress pipe is creepy. All right.
Hey, you know what? People are talking about it though, so it's working.
It's working. That's right. I want to say right off the bat, a big, huge thank you to a whole bunch of people before we go. I want to thank Oliver and Jürgen for their help in doing the raffle today, and Oliver for everything that he does. I can't say enough about him, so I'm going to try to say as little about him as possible. But he's really, indispensable in making this happen.
You're the man, Oliver. You're the man.
You're the man, Oliver. You guys, you guys are amazing.
Thanks, Oliver.
Thanks,
I, of course, want to thank. I want to thank Per Jensen, although he's hopefully asleep right now. He's like the godfather of our group in a way. He really lends a little bit of class to all of us schmoogs over here. And so I want to say thank you, Per, whenever you watch this, for being here. And thank you to Ben and all the guys at tobaccopipes.com for being our sponsor. And for having these terrific pipes, and then for helping us out with the raffle. I really appreciate that.
And thank you guys.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you to everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Super. I should also, since she just walked into the studio here, thank my wife for allowing me to do stuff like this on the weekend. But now is the time when typically I start to ring the bell and say it's time. Not yet, because I have a couple of announcements. So don't go anywhere, Justin. Stay in your chair there. Justin's like halfway out. Next week we are going on another virtual tour. We're going to go to where are we going, Ed?
Paul's Pipe Shop.
Paul's Pipe Shop in Flint.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep, you got it.
Paul's Pipe Shop in Flint, Michigan. Another fantastic brick and mortar. We're going to get a tour. Are you guys going to be in the shop?
Yes.
Okay, so Ed and Rob are going to be in the shop over there. And they promised, I don't know if you guys remember this, but they promised that they know where the old tobacco is hidden.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And they're going to...
Like the Frog Morton.
Yeah, so hang on. So you don't want to miss that one.
There might be a little McClellan's left.
And most of all, last but not in any way the least, the people I want to say thank you to is you guys. Like all of you guys who are here today in the club, watching over there on YouTube and around the world. You mean the world to me. And I just really appreciate that I get a chance to hang out with you guys. So thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Wyatt.
Thank you, David.
Happy birthday, Virtual Pipe Club.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome thing.
All right, now get the hell out of here. And have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you guys next Saturday.
All right,
guys.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Thank you.
What a day.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
everybody.
I just want to say it's been an honor from our side to be a part of this.
Thank you, Ben.
Hey, Ben, you. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Ben.
you so much.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, guys.
Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, guys.
Night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Night, Gracie.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.